ようございます。Good morning, everyone. 今日はね、寝坊しませんでした。Yay! Today I didn't oversleep. So I had plenty of time to come in the office, to set up the stream, to make some tea. And man, was it nice. Oh man, was it nice. How are y'all doing today? What's up? I have a ping in general. Oh. I have a ping. Oh, streamer anime. Always stream. Cell Talks. Ohayou gozaimasu. How are we all doing? All right, let me get. Oh, I have a lot of review cards today. Let's hop into those. I'm okay. Good. Ohayou. I imagine that's Chie. Chie wrote Ohayou on the native shark one. 40 a lot. All right, it's a lot comparatively because I archive a lot. But yeah, I guess not. We do have plans to help bring those numbers down to be more consistent and like just not quite as much up there now. Oh my Chia is on the Native Shark account right now on Twitch. Or no, is that YouTube? No, that's Twitch. Yeah, it's on Twitch. I mean, hey, it works. As long as people know. Or they could just think that I'm saying this all while I'm speaking, which might be funny as well. So, yeah. 金属探知機 metal detector.
たまにお店の入り口にもありますよね、金属探知機。
In airports all
た
over
ま
the
にお
place.
店の入り口にもありますよね、金属探知機。
たまに店に味噌の入り口 the entrance of the miso soup. Oh man, I think it's a mixture of my brain's turning on. I'm gonna blame it on my brain turning on. Why I did that. たまにお店の入り口にもありますよね、金属探知機. There we go. All right. I feel better about that now. もかっち、おはようございます。Good morning, everyone.
いくら安くてもジャンクフードは買いません。
What?
いくら安くてもジャンクフードは買いません。
Alright, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I do happen to kind of live off of junk food right now. I don't want to cook for myself. I'm doing too much stuff to cook for myself. Alright, who else eats out a lot versus who else cooks for themselves a lot? This is important information for me. I need to know. My tea is brewed now. I have my whole jicha, my roasted green tea. I feel exposed. I always cook for myself. It's cheaper than eating out. Yeah, that's true. You do save a bit more money. That's for certain. Yeah, especially if you get something like that's on the cheaper side. For like rice is really inexpensive and it's really filling. So you can do just like rice, veggies, and then maybe some meat or whatever. And then, boom, you have like a healthy meal. And it's cheaper. Oh, I need to do that more. That's in the plans for when I move in the apartment, is make like a bunch of meals that are relatively inexpensive to make, but I can make a lot of it. So like curry and whatnot too. Tonkatsu with rice is super cheap and super tasty, so it's a win-win. I'm gonna have to try that. Tonkatsu. Isn't that the fried? 1 second, my brain. I just want to make sure I'm not tonakai. Tonkatsu. Yeah, is this what I'm thinking of? Yeah, okay, it is. See, this is fried though. So it's slightly less healthy than maybe would be than I would want to prefer, but I definitely don't eat that healthy right now, so it's not too much of a difference for me. But it's super cheap, super tasty. Is it easy to make? Do you make it often? Definitely trying to eat lots of potato noodles, rice dishes, and DIY salad. Loving those. Tamagoyaki is another great contender. Ooh. Yeah, potatoes, noodles, rice dishes. Those are cheap and filling, which is always really nice. And then
売っ
salad.
てくれよ、いくらでも払うから。
言ってくれよ。いくらでも払うから。
Yeah, I like when I was living in America, I would make these giant salads. I'm gonna do it again when I have more like ingredients and whatnot. But I had this like giant salad bowl, like literally like this, probably like this tall, and then like this wide, right? Just like this metal bowl, and I would just fill it completely with salad and eat it. I'd usually end up sharing it with someone, but but that would just be an entire meal for me, and it was really nice. It takes about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad at all. Man, I gotta try that. Yeah, I gotta try making that. 鼻痛い。
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 鼻痛い。鼻痛い。鉄は重い。
鉄は重い。
鉄は重い。
鉄は重い。Zephyr, おはようございます。How you doing? We're talking about who cooks for themselves a lot and who eats out a lot. I
やめなさい。
basically
周りの人に迷惑だよ。
やめなさい。周りの人に迷惑だよ。
I basically only eat out right now. I used to cook for myself, but then I moved and life has been busy. And it's still busy, and I just want the comfort of my own kitchen instead of a shared kitchen. So it's a double whammy, basically. こんばんは。
マリコさんは学校の先輩です。
学校の先輩です。
マリコさんは学校の先輩です。
学校の先輩。I've got a Domino's next to me, so there's Yo, I have the same thing. I have like I can order from a Domino's and have something in like 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, and then they have these coupons going all the time. So like I haven't ordered it like at the beginning when I didn't realize there were a ton of coupons. It is expensive, but with the coupons it's normal price. So you know, there's that. Oh, give me 1 second. Stream chat, please work. All right. I saw a YouTube comment on screen, but then I realized I didn't have multi-stream open. Okay. Here we have to. Let's see. You can get a subscription in Japan. Ooh, yeah, there's that food. There's that food subscription too. Yulia says, I don't really like to spend time buying groceries and cooking, so we get rations. And then, yeah, okay, yeah. And then you can get a subscription for that. Yeah, I used to do that in, when I was living in Bellevue, I had a food subscription service. So I just like microwaved everything, and then it was like complete meals and stuff. It was amazing at first, and then I got sick of it. Because though they had a rotation of meals, like eventually, after months of doing it, you were like, all right, this is all about the same. And then it was like, for me, like my stomach is like, I wouldn't say I have a weak stomach anymore, but I definitely used to. Hey kid, you want to buy some New York style pizza? Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. If you're ever craving New York slices in Tokyo. I like New York style pizza. I mean, I used to live there, so I used to have the authentic thing. And yeah, it was great. It was fine.
そんなの誰でも知ってるよ。
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 ニューヨークスタイルピザが美味しいってそんな誰でも知ってるよ。Everyone knows New York style pizza is 美味しい is tasty.
地下鉄は便利です。
地下鉄は便利です。
地下鉄は便利です。めっちゃ便利です。 right, time to join in the studying 204 card pile. Let's go. All right. If that is a lot for you, then I do recommend like having review only days though, because if that was me, right? So I've gotten kind of used to having a high amount of cards just because I'm a flashcard junkie. But I know 200 cards is a lot for most people, and it can be kind of stressful, and it doesn't need to be. Oh yeah, it was a pile up. Yeah, pile up. So okay, that's another thing I actually wanted to bring up. So after a pile up, if you take days off, and you get a pile up that's like 200 cards or whatever, and you're just like, nah, I can't handle that. Take your time. Take your time. Do a couple review only days. Do 2 review only days, and then do your new units on the 3rd day, and that's gonna help a lot with, you know, making it not feel overwhelming. Just do half of them, or do however many you feel like until you're caught up. You know, do 50 a day, or like do it in bursts. You know, doing it in small bursts throughout the day. So maybe if you're on the train before work, just do a handful of them. When you get on lunch break, do another handful of them. Maybe when you get home, or you sit down and start, you know, maybe you watch TV or whatever, or watch a live stream or something, just get through a couple more. Pile up is super, it feels more important than it really is, because an SRS system is, it's going to show you those cards again. That's the important thing. Like, since you're studying long term with a system, you'll be all right if you just slam good on all, or you know, good, you slam the smiley face on all of them in order to get yourself caught back up. I have done that multiple times in the past. I know Nico has done that multiple times in the past. We've talked about it, or they've talked about it on their podcast. Definitely doable. So whenever you want to do that, osusume shimasu. I recommend it. I should probably do more reviews today. I have 14 today. Ooh. 14 is not a bad number. I desperately need to do that on Wanikani. I have 1,000 card pile over there. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. As long as you stay committed to the system of doing that, of showing up and just clearing whatever you can clear, and then you have a consistent study habit, you'll be fine. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of, you know, interval you hit. Like, just don't hit again. You know, don't hit the option that's gonna make you see it twice in the same day and then start over everything. Don't do that, because that's gonna be, you know, you're not getting anywhere with that. I had one today. Hey, Artness, you're fully caught up with everything, I think, right? You're at phase 2?
どこでもいいよ。
どこでもいいよ。
Oh wait, was there a mouth sound that I heard?
どこでもいいよ。
There was a mouth sound that I heard. Since editing Chie and I's podcast, I've started paying attention to mouth sounds so much, and I'm like constantly editing them out of the podcast and whatnot. Oh, audio editing is an adventure. It's fun. どこでもいいよ。なんでもない。
なんでもない。
なんでも
No,
ない。
not phase 2. Oh, okay. Hi, Mileage. Done doing reviews a lot. Oh, okay. Yeah, taking like a short break through from new units.
そんなの誰だって知ってるよ。
誰だって。
そんなの誰だって知ってるよ。
みんな知ってるじゃん。
鉄は金属の一つです。
It's a metal.
鉄は金属の一つです。
It's a metal. Is my game set right on Twitch, by the way? Am I just chatting right now, or am I playing Moonlighter or something? No, I'm just chatting. Okay, we're good. Okay. Man, doing streams and like, there's so many pre-options to set up.
いくら安くたってジャンクフードは買いません。
安くたって。
いくら安くたってジャンクフードは買いません。
Anyone know Native Shark keyboard shortcuts off the top of the head? Yes, I do. You can also check them out in this little thing here. You hit the question mark and you do keyboard shortcuts, and they're all up here. But yeah, you got 1, 2, and 3 for answer. You have spacebar, also defaults to 3. Archive is A. You can edit your card with E. You got Control Z or Command Z if you're an Apple person on doing reviews. Yeah, replay audio with R. No Moonlighter today. We might play Moonlighter a little bit, but I also wanted to check out Harvest Moon, Bokujou Monogatari, and kind of go through some language with that. And I'm not sure if I'll make like a full switch or whatever, or I might just play in between those two, which is more likely. I'm probably just gonna like swap back and forth or whatnot. But I did want to check out at least the start of Bokujou Monogatari, because I think it's a really fun game to play. And then if people can see the language, they can decide if they want to give it a shot or whatnot, because it's a fun game. You know, I grew up on the game, so I like it. And then I think it's kind of like everyday language, except you add more farming language in there. So if we can break down the farming language on stream, then it's easier to break down for everyone if they decide to give it a shot too. So that's what I wanted to do. Oops, opened up the help menu, didn't see the shortcuts. Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't blame you. There's a lot of information going on here, so it's okay. What's the game title in English? It's the remake, so I think it's Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town now. Saikai no Mineral Town. So it's like Reunion of the Friends of Mineral Town. So, What? Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. Yeah, Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. That's it. No, not that. Move some. You can see Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. Hey, that's on Steam? What the heck? Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I have it on the Switch. I'm meaning to check it out since you've always been hyped about it. Excited to see it. Yeah. I figured it might be helpful for some people to check out. And then I would like to have just some clips of me going through the language, and then that would help us with the guide as well, the Native Materials Guide. Harvest Moon Story of Season English titles are a mess. Yeah, I know. I try not to think about them, because there's like company, so like it's the same Japanese company, but like a different company like split off or something, and they got the title for Harvest Moon, which was the translation for Bokujou Monogatari, and yeah, now the Bokujou Monogatari series can't use the word Harvest Moon, even though it was a Harvest Moon game. Now they call it Story of Seasons because they can't use the title because some other company took that title with them. And then now they're making Harvest Moon games under the title, but they're not actual Harvest Moon games. They're just using the title. So all new Harvest Moon games are not of the same caliber. It's a different feel versus the old ones because they're a different
これはい
game
くらです
company
か
made producing them. It's like
これはい
licensing.
くらですか
Licensing things, isn't it always such a mess? Nice. I'd like to see different stuff here. Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, thanks. I discovered Moonlighter and completed it in 3 days. Oh, hey. Definitely faster than
笑われ
me.
たって気にしない。
笑われたって気にしない。
Oh, man. Yeah, you binged it, huh? Or maybe you're just better at Moonlighter than me. You're probably just better than Moonlighter at me. Or better at Moonlighter than me because I'm just not. It's my first time kind of playing a game like that, really. Like actually sitting down and really trying to pay attention to it. So. 我々だって気にしない. That's the way to do it, though. Don't care if someone laughs at you. Do what you want to do. Follow your dreams. Don't let your dreams be dreams. On a more grammatical level, it took me so long to figure out when I was studying what this tate is, and I am so happy that it is taught in phase 1. You have no idea. All right, so warawarete mo kinishinai is basically what's going on here, right? Yeah, lesson topic is this even. Warawarete mo kinishinai. So even if I'm laughed at, it doesn't matter. But then the tate is, it's the same thing. It's doing the same thing as temo would do here. So even if. And it is so common in especially like casual and like kind of anime language or like game language. You'll hear it a lot, and then it's just like, what does that mean? And I spent a while trying to figuring out, or like not really knowing, and then like one day I finally figured it out, or I don't know where I read it. This wire. Okay. Yeah. It's just so much. It's so helpful to have it early on. You learn it with the topic, you know, you learn the abbreviations with the topic, and I think that's super valuable because a lot of textbook resources that I've seen and gone through have not told me any of this stuff. And then you're like out in the wild and you have to learn it yourself, and then you just trip up and you know, and then you don't have to deal with that because we got you covered.
聞こえなかっただけだと思うよ。うちのじいちゃんめちゃめちゃ耳遠いから。
耳遠いから。
聞こえなかっただけだと思うよ。うちのじいちゃんめちゃめちゃ耳遠いから。
Had that lesson today. Really nice to see an alternative to Temo. Still quite insecure on the passive form, but I guess that'll come with time. Yeah, the passive form definitely takes time. It definitely takes time. We'll have full lessons breaking it down. I know that's in the plans. You know, really exploring it. So if we don't already, I mean, I know we have like a couple lessons detailing it a little bit, like quickly, but there's a lot of stuff that this wire is bugging me. Yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff to learn with it. So there will be plenty of explanations.
笑われても気にしない。
Yeah, see, 笑われても気にしない。
笑われても気にしない。
I'm gonna archive that one. 探知できない金属もあります。
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 金属. I think I said 金属. So I said 金属, like the pitch kind of 金属 going up. And I think it's 金属. But greeting people, so I shall be back in 1 second. Bye. おはようございます。早かった。めっちゃ早かった。すごい。That was quick. That was very quick. めっちゃ早かった。Okay. 探知できない金属もあります。Did I say that right now?
探知できない金属もあります。
探知できない金属もありま
I
す。
think I said that right this time. So 探知 high low できない。探知できない。金属 high to low again もあります。And then あります is like the ma you kind of drop down, so you あります kind of like that. That's what the pitch would look like. We'll have that waveform, the pitch visualizer at some point when that's more fully developed, and that will make life easier to figure all this kind of stuff out too. But in the meantime, shadow loops is very helpful. So if you're not using shadow loops, I always do recommend that. It'll just be, you can kind of like have them going when you're not paying attention to them, or you can really like, you know, sit down, pay attention to them fully, and both ways works very well. I think you should probably do both sometimes. But the passive listening, the just kind of having them on, can be very helpful as well. So I always do recommend having that. If you have some free listening time, you know, maybe you're in the car or whatever.
何でも聞いて。
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 いつでも連絡して。
いつでも連絡して。
いつでも。漢字を勉強したいんですけれども、いい勉強法はありますか？ This is quite the sentence.
漢字を勉強したいんですけれども、いい勉強法はありますか？
Yeah.
漢字を勉強したいんですけれども、いい勉強法はありますか？
My brain gets too hyper fixated on shadow loops, so I never tend to use them. Very difficult to use them as a background. I get that. I get that. I mean, I guess that's
テ
kind
レ
of
ビ
a,
欲しいんですけど。
テレビ欲しいんですけど
I guess that's kind of a good thing. Like that your brain does want to focus on them. But yeah, if you're able to to get them in the background, I think that's also, you know, it's pretty valuable if you can. Or let yourself zone out, you know? Just let yourself zone out when you're doing something else. Done with today's studies. お疲れ様です. Nice job. Good work.
日本の周りは海です。
日本の周りは海です。
We need an お疲れ sub. Or sub emote. I want an お疲れ sub emote on Twitch, but we need more subs. We need more subs for that. Does anyone have a Prime lying around? It's free. It's free and it helps us get more emotes. And we have emotes unlocked right now as well. You could use. 日本の周りは海です。はい、ぶどう食べる。
ぶどう食べる？
食べる。
ぶどう食べる？
I love ぶどう。Grapes are so good.
講座開きたいんですけど。
講座開きたいんですけど。
講座開きたいんですけど。I'm gonna have to do that soon. I still need to open my Japanese bank account. That's gonna be an adventure. I'm sure I'll be able to do it just fine. I'm not worried about it. But it's gonna be an adventure, I feel like. There's a lot of paperwork. I know there's a lot of paperwork to do with it. Before I do that, I need to get my Hanko registered with the Kuyakusho, with the ward office. Also, random observation, latency on the stream is insane low for a non-partner stream. I mean, we're affiliates, I think, something. We're not fully partnered. I don't know, I feel like this is kind of normal. They're really good with low latency on Twitch. Like on YouTube, I think I'm like 15 seconds behind or something, which is kind of a bummer. But that's, you know, shogunai. Oh well. But Twitch is really good with
空は
having
青い。
空は青い。
low latency, so people can interact with viewers really well. 空は青い。ごめん、I yawned. あくびしちゃった。
これ返品したいんですけど。
これ返品したいんですけど。
I'm consistently a solid 10 plus seconds delayed when I stream. Oh, whoa. Wait, do you have the... Hey, Mokachi Prime sub. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. We are now one step closer to having another emote on the Twitch channel. So thank you. I appreciate it. Had it laying around. Yeah. Yeah, I have a Prime sub laying around all the time, so it's always good to talk about them, and then we can get more emotes. Yeah, that's Pog. Shark Pog. Now you can use Shark Pog. Use Shark Pog. Can I get Shark Pogs in the chat from Okachi's sub? Pogs for more emotes.
荷物外国に送りたいんですけど。
I'm about
荷
to
物
check
外
one
国に送りたいんですけど。
Where is it? Where is it? Shark Pog, Shark Pog. Bam. Love it. Shark Pog is such a good emote too. I love that Chia made it. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. have you checked your settings, Zephyr? Maybe they're like kind of they're off or whatever. I know there's a, at least on, I think it's on Streamlabs or Twitch, I'm not sure. But there is like a low latency setting, or like there's settings you can, I think they're default, but you might have to click them depending on like when you made your account, maybe. And then it's like low latency streaming and whatnot. Need the Curse Shark Pog on Twitch, best Discord emote. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. The Cursed Shark Pog. We asked Chia to make that, and it came out more cursed than we thought it would. It's in the player, lower left, click the gears advance. Or lower right, click gears advance. For the low latency thing. Or no, when you're streaming, I think, right? I'm not sure.
この5年でいろんなことあったね。
この5年でいろんなことあったね。
Oh. Yeah, you don't stream enough to invest too much time. Yeah. Do you have the ability for people to sub to you? Like, have you gotten that first, like, affiliate step? Because that might be a big part of it.
もしもし、シャーク出版の木下ですけれど、本田さんはいらっしゃいますか？
But, like, also at the same time, like, I do my
もしもし
personal
シャーク
stream.
出版の木下ですけれど、本田さんはいらっしゃいますか？
I do my personal stream, and it's like, I think the latency is perfectly fine. Like, it's not 10 seconds or anything like that. So, I don't know. What, I mean, what's your upload speed? What's your upload speed? Because you want some up.
芸能人みたい。
芸能人みたい。
芸能人みたい. I always like mix this 芸能人. I mix it up with like a geisha or something, or like an actor or something like that, which I guess, I don't know, celebrity. It is not the first word that comes to mind when I think of 芸能人. But that's just because I don't think of celebrities anyway, so whatever. Upload is 25 megabytes. Not the best, but definitely should be good enough. Yeah, that should be fine. I think that's more than we have here. Oh, wait, I don't know. I think we have a 50? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That is super weird.
ご飯食べた？
食べました。
ご飯食べた？
そんなにたくさん頼んでも食べきれないと思いますけど。
そんなにたくさん頼んでも食べきれないと思いますけど。
Nah, I'll be able to eat it. You just don't believe. You just have to believe. I order so much food sometimes. When there's this this udon place like near me, and I order yaki udon, and I order donburi, like, so like beef and rice, beef on the top of rice, and also a plate of yaki udon with an egg and everything, and have it all in one sitting. Oh, sometimes, like, if it's for lunch, I definitely feel uncomfortably full afterwards, so I don't. I've only done it twice, but I can do it, and I can eat it all. And I don't know how I can actually eat this much food. Clearly the answer is I need to start streaming my studying to get affiliated. Yeah, I think so. I think affiliated will help with the latency. I think that makes sense. Peeking around in some settings and then getting affiliated is probably like the two
それもう空だよ。
good ideas, you know,
それもうからだよ。
to get that fixed, I would say.
すみませんが、スプーンを2本いただけますか？
すみませんが、スプーンを2本いただけますか？
いただけないです。ごめんなさい。No, you can't. Sorry.
お金返してほしいんだけど。
お金返してほしいんだけど。
そうだね。でもやっぱりお金欲しいから嫌だ。I want money, so no. It's my money. もう電車乗った？
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 乗った。二人の問題だか二人の問題なんだから二人で肩をつけなさい。
2人の問題なんだから2人で肩をつけなさい。
2人の問題なんだから
そうですよ。
2人で片をつけなさい。
Figure it out yourselves. 明日連絡くださいませんか？いいでしょ
明日連絡をくださいません
う。
か？
Oh no, 明日。
明日連絡をくださいません
Alright,
か？
we were getting formal with it, huh? Does it count as study if I watch and listen to you study? Let's go with that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, you still are getting exposure with it all, and you're listening. You get the native audio speaking, and then I talk about the sentences sometimes. I'd say it's at least review, right? I'd say it's at least review. お疲れ様です。Oh, it's starting to get cold here. I bike to work in like a sweater, a jacket, a scarf, a beanie, and then like I get into work and I'm like sweating. And then so I'm just like I take off the sweater. Obviously I take off like the rest of the winter gear. And then now I'm starting to get cold again. Give me a second. I'm actually gonna put a sweatshirt on. Actually, I feel like I just need a blanket. So now I have a blanket. I have my winter jacket. That's my new blanket. Sneeze. That came out of nowhere. Oh my god. That sneeze came out of nowhere. Oh my god. Thanks. I was not mentally prepared for that sneeze. Usually I know. I'm like, alright, I'm about to sneeze. I can at least mute my mic or something. That one was out of the blue. Came out of the woodworks. I love phrases for it came out of nowhere. Does your office not have central heating? It does, but they don't turn it on until they actually get in the office, which is 8:30. So I have to go 2.5 hours without any heating. So that's why we have a space heater in here now, because it feels bad to not have it. So yeah, I have this little heater lad that's pointed at my legs, but it's still not enough sometimes. And then like since I've shaved my head, I've gotten so much colder all the time because yeah, you do lose a lot of heat through your head. So it's either wear the beanie, which with headphones it's not as cool, or it's not as nice, or have the heater on blasting towards me the entire time. So that's what I do. Well, the beanie doesn't obviously do what the heater does as well. なんか飲む？
なんか飲む？
飲む。ありがとう。I also use a blanket. Yeah, I like having a blanket with me anyway, so it's fine. When I'm like playing games or whatever, I'm always like covered in a blanket. It's just cozy. It's just cozy. Why not be cozy, right?
いつかアイスランドに行きたい。
アイスランドに行った人、手を挙げてください。Has anyone been to Iceland? Iceland seems like a cool place to go. Since COVID, I've been working from home in the shed, and it's cold. Oh man, yeah, that sounds cold. That sounds cold. Sheds are generally not insulated.
どこかにあるはず。
どっかにあるはず。
どっかにあるはず。
Yeah, どっか. I use this a lot when I'm speaking with people. Yeah, you gotta get a blanket and a space heater in there.
あの人誰か知ってる？
Yeah, I think that's actually really cool is with like the word dare, you can just add you can just add particles and stuff, and then it changes the entire meaning. So like you can say daremo, and then using the light theme heresy. Oh my god. I just woke up. All right, no wait, hey, no, I just woke up. Blanket, soft slippers, bonus kotatsu. My windows are terribly isolated. Oh no, or insulated. Yeah, working from home and sitting all day makes you freeze. It really does. It really does. Yeah, I had sweatshirts, blankets, hot tea all the time. That's why I drink so much tea, is because it just gives me warmth. But yeah, so dare can just be combined with so many particles, and then it changes the meaning completely, and it's so cool. So dareka, like who. Dare is who as well, I guess. And then mo, if you add mo, it's not who, it's everyone. Daremo neko ga suki nan da ne. Everyone likes cats. And then you can also use daremo to mean no one if you use a negative sense with it. So daremo inu suki janai desu ne. So nobody likes dogs, and it's the same deal. So I think that's really cool. Because I remember struggling with myself. How do I express nobody and everybody? It's daremo and then a positive or a negative sense with it. So it's the same word. So I've always found that helpful. 大丈夫か?
大丈夫か?
仲間. One of your nakama. Anyone who doesn't like cats, I don't want to be friends. Oh no. Oh my god.
お前か。
That is rude. Don't say it to too many people. Yeah, that's another thing, is careful with cop when you're speaking casual, especially. I used to be allergic to cats when I was a kiddo, and I like grew out of it. I don't really know what happened. I don't know if that's even a thing. Well, it's got to be a thing because I did it. Like I used to be around a cat and it would mess me up for the rest of the day. Like I would just be completely sneezing. And like now I can have a cat all over my face and it's fine, you know? Like I cat sat for a friend once, and it was perfectly fine. The cat like loved me, so it was around me just 24/7. Like I was just petting it 24/7, and I was perfectly fine. So it's like I don't know what happened, but I'm crazy allergic to cats. Is the biggest tragedy in my life. Yeah, right? Yeah, like even with my allergies seeming to have gone away, I don't think I would want to get a cat just in case. Like if there's a long term still allergic to them, I don't want to find that out like 2 weeks into owning it, you
肥
know?
満って遺伝するんだってよ。
Like that would suck. Or if there's like some minor thing and then I don't want to have my allergies just at a minor constant level for the entire life of the cat, you know? Which is a bummer, but sets off my asthma, and weirdly enough, I do prefer breathing to cats. Weirdly enough,
次は全国の天気です
might be a controversial opinion, but breathing is generally more fun than having a cat. I could agree with that.
この病院は全国的に有名です。
全国的に有名です。
この病院は全国的に有名です。
すごいな。
2ヶ月に1回は行ってるかな
2ヶ月に1回は行ってるかな。
Where's the car there? Where's the car? Stream. I want to fix this. We need to fix this. 1 second. None of you see this. 2ヶ月. 1 second. Where is it? 行ってるかな? 行ってるかな? Oh, it's a bug. Okay. Yeah, we'll have that reported. I'll report that. Yoink. Sending it to myself so I can be sure to fix this. Okay. It's a bug. Hot takes only. There it is. Landlord in Persona 5 always goes "kaitaka" when you get home. So it's been rude. Yeah, he speaks. If I remember correctly, he speaks generally kind of rude. Like he speaks pretty casual. Like super casual. Like don't
駅の
imitate
名前が変わった
levels of casual.
駅の名前が
He
変
is
わ
a
った
he's a sassy boy. Yeah, he's sassy.
変わった人だね。
変わった人だね
Speaking of kawatta, all right. So, I'm in the Eki like a week or two ago, and I'm about to click or use my IC card on the ticket gate. I mean, on the train station, the Eki. So I'm about to use my IC card on the ticket gate and go through the gates, and someone stops me, and she's like, "Hey, sorry, can I take a picture with you?" I'm like, "What are you? Who are you? Who are you?" But I'm like, yeah, okay, well, saying yes leads to fun stories, so I said yes. And she like starts telling me, yeah, she's like, yeah, I love America, I love Igirisu and like all this stuff. She didn't know who I was. No, I'm not famous. She's like, yeah, I take a picture with every foreigner I find in the station. And I'm like, okay. And then she follows that statement up with 変わった趣味ですね. So she says, what a strange hobby, right? I'm like, 変わった趣味ですね. I'm like, yeah, it is. And then we go to like some photo booth and we take a picture. And then I say bye, and then that was it. That was the entire interaction, really. You know, she was telling me about herself and whatnot, but yeah. I probably should have like gotten her number because she seemed like an interesting person and we could have probably been friends. But she's like, I'll say hi to you next time I see you. I'm like, okay, sure. So maybe I'll run into her again at some point. But it was a very interesting person. I like meeting interesting people like that. Like no one does that. No one does that. だから変わった趣味. So that's why it's an unusual hobby. Not even a digital camera, going the extra mile of a full photo booth. Yeah, we walked like, you know, a minute or two away from the ticket gate. And I still caught my train, which was I was happy about. I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to miss my train for this. And then I'm going to have to like sit in the station for like an extra 24 minutes or whatever. Yeah.
変わった子だね。
変わった子だね。
Okay, yeah, whatever. 変わった。ちょっと変わった趣味ですね。
どうしたの？目真っ赤だよ。
どうしたの？目真っ赤だよ。
変わった子だね。
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 変わった。変わってる。
2ヶ月に1回は行ってるかな。
2ヶ月に
この病院は全国的に有名です。どうしたの？目真っ赤だよ。
どうしたの？目真っ赤だよ。
目真っ赤だよ。Your eyes are beet red. Bright red. Very red. Beet red. Yeah, whatever. Beet red? Yeah, no, your eyes can be beet red. That's basically 真っ赤.
次は全国の天気です。
I wonder if that's like just
次
an
は全
American.
国の天
I
気
don't
で
think
す。
so. No, you can say your eyes are beet red anywhere, right? Oh, yo, your eyes are beet red. I think I'll call it a day for now. Okay, I shall see you later. I appreciate you stopping in, as always. お疲れ様です。
駅の名前が変わった。
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 変わった人だね。
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 肥満って遺伝するんだってよ。
肥満って遺伝するんだってよ。
肥満って
Alright, next. Also, I don't think I've ever heard beet red eyes in America. Is this something weird? It might be a weird Connecticut thing. I don't know. But your eyes are beet red. Isn't that? That's the thing. Come on. Come on.
先生、頭痛いから帰っていい？
大丈夫？お家誰かいる？
多分お父さんいると思う。
じゃあ電話して迎えに来てもらおうか。
うん、一人で大丈夫。
そっか。気をつけて帰ってね。
This is a good conversation. That is a good dialogue right there. Because this stuff actually happens in real life. Like so many times when I'm taking like, well, no, I guess like when I took the JLPT and whatnot, there were situations that were obviously based on real life, but they weren't natural sounding like while they were happening. But this is like a completely normal conversation to have in a normal fashion to have it in. So my head hurts. Can I go home? Are you all right? Is there someone home? Yeah, I think my dad's home. All right, well, we can have him come pick you up then. And then, no, I'm fine by myself. All right, be careful on your way home. Would you recommend taking the JLPT if you don't necessarily plan on pursuing a career requiring Japanese language qualification? I think it's gonna be personal at that point. Like, do you want to? Like, are you interested in it? Do you want to have it as something a way to gauge your, like, kind of gauge your ability? Because JLPT level doesn't necessarily mean, is not necessarily indicative of your true Japanese abilities. It's only indicative of your ability to recognize vocabulary, your reading comprehension, and listening skills, with combining vocabulary and grammar with that. So if you want to be like, yeah, okay, let's see how well I can absorb certain things, then yeah, go ahead and take it. And that would be, that would give you a kind of baseline of where you kind of land. And then it's kind of nice having, you pass one, you pass it, and then you're like, hey, I have this thing now, and it says like, yeah, I'm solid at Japanese or whatever. But I think it is helpful to note that it's not necessarily indicative of your ability, because I passed the N1 and couldn't really produce sentences that well. So, and like even now I'm a year and a half past having passed the N1, and I still will sometimes struggle with, especially when I'm trying to say new things in Japanese, something I haven't said ever before in Japanese. I'll still struggle with trying to produce it, especially in a natural manner. I can make myself understood in the vast majority of situations, and there's no problem. But like, it doesn't mean that I don't stumble on my words, or I don't, have to pause and really think about what I'm about to say in order to even get it out in any manner, let alone a natural manner. That being said, I do think it's a fun way to, it's a standard test. It's a standardized test, so you can use it kind of to compare a little bit your ability versus like whoever, on the standardized test is there. And I know a lot of people will also use it for motivation, so they'll have that goal in mind, and I think it's helpful for those people too. Yeah. So it's up to you, really. I mean, I think there's also something to be said about having the certification. So if you can get the certification, then maybe there is some opportunity, even if you're not necessarily planning on having a job requiring Japanese language ability and qualifications. What if something just kind of falls in your lap or whatever, or something comes up and you didn't expect, and having that certification does help you. I mean, that was basically me. Honestly, like, I always wanted to do something with Japanese. I knew that, but I didn't know exactly what, and I'm like, Native Shark would be really cool. But like, so I had N2 at the time that I realized, like, yeah, I kind of want to work for Native Shark. But I took the N1 just kind of like, no, I want to take the N1 to take the N1. Like, it was completely personal. Like, I'm just like, I just want to get the next level of the test. Like, I'm N2, I want to be N1, and I took the N2 just to gauge my level and see, like, can I pass the N2 right now? Like, am I good enough to pass the N2? Thankfully I was. But then I took the N1 again, or I took the N1, like, a year later or something. And I failed it miserably. So, and that was another like test of like, can I do this to do this? I'm gonna just do this. Why not? Let's see where I land, right? And I failed it miserably. And then 6 months later, I did an intensive study regime in order to pass the N1. And then 6 months later, I did. And yeah, it was basically completely personal reasons. But having that N1, I'll tell you what, it really helped with getting me a visa. It was basically the deciding factor. If I hadn't passed N1, I don't think I would be here right now. So these are the type of things that I didn't expect the N1 to be useful, necessarily speaking. Like, I didn't take it with the idea of I'm doing this to do X career advancement or life opportunity. I just took it just to kind of take it, and it ended up being extremely useful. So if you can get a certification no matter what in life, if you can just get one, why not, right? Interesting. So even having a sponsoring company isn't enough to get the visa. Depending, I guess. It depends. So for my specific case, I don't have a significant degree in college. Like, I have a 2-year degree, and that's in glasses. So it's not related to what I do here. So I couldn't exactly use it to be like, no, look at this is an optician. Look at our optician that we're going to hire to do Japanese translations or, all this other stuff. It wouldn't work out quite as well. So look at this guy who has Japanese ability that we're hiring to do this and other stuff. And then now it makes sense for the Japanese government to be like, oh yeah, okay, sure. But that being said, I think you can work for a year with the company and then get a sponsored visa no matter what. It just speeds up the process or makes it slightly easier. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about visas. It's definitely a better question for like maybe Caleb or Chie, something like that, or someone like that. But yeah, I think you can get a sponsored visa no matter what your qualifications are if you've been with the company for a year. But I would don't quote me on that. I would want to double check before I say for sure. I'm very tempted to take it. I also feel like the biggest place it would screw me would be with having to actually write Japanese. You don't have to write Japanese. There's literally zero production on the JLPT, and that's why I don't think it's indicative of true Japanese ability. Writing, though, you don't generally have to do that anyway. Like in real life, you just need to know how to write your address and you'll be fine. Like if you live in Japan, know how to write your address by heart, and then that's all you need to know how to write, really. And then kana, I also recommend writing kana, knowing how to write kana, just because that's going to be helpful if you live in Japan. But yeah, you don't ever really need to worry about writing kanji. And if you do, you have a dictionary on your phone that you can just be like, all right, what's this kanji? What's this kanji? What's this kanji? I do it all the time. But yeah, there's literally no production on the JLPT, and that's, yeah, no speaking, no writing, no did you respond naturally to whatever. It's read this thing, do multiple choice, answer. Listen to this thing, do multiple choice, answer. Here's a word, here's a sentence. Here's a sentence missing a word. What word belongs in this blank? Multiple choice. It's all multiple choice. So, yeah. I would say just take it, and why not, right? Why not, right? That sounds a lot easier than I always made it out to be. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of is. And that's why, like, I mean, it's not like easy, right? But it's more straightforward. Yeah. It's more straightforward than I made it out to be as well. I think straightforward is a better term than easier. Yeah, you just multiple choice, show up, multiple choice, comprehension. Can you comprehend this thing and select the right multiple choice? Or can you comprehend it well enough to select the right multiple choice answer? Not necessarily comprehend it fully, just well enough to get to multiple choice right. Enough multiple choices right. So, yeah. that's basically what you're looking at with the JLPT. So give it a shot. Why not, right? Give it a shot. If you fail, yeah, who cares? If you pass, then hey, look, you have this certificate that may serve you in the future in ways that you didn't even realize. Any testing is a while off because COVID. Yeah, that's also true. But that gives you plenty of time to study. I'd love to try taking the N4 this year, maybe the one in December. Following phase 2 comes out, should probably be enough to pass it. You should totally be able to pass N4 on the end of phase 1. So I think given December, you should probably be aiming at like N3, like almost minimum, I would say. But you might even, depending on where you, the end of phase 2 might even put you at N2, like maybe. I can't say for sure, but like I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, we're gonna switch over. Oh, my camera. Where's my camera? Where did I go? There we go. Don't want to overestimate here, but I'll sign up for N3. Okay. Exclusively on the end of N1, like vocabulary level as well, or phase 1. Okay, at the end of phase 1, vocabulary level as well. We need supplementary. How much vocab do we have? We have like a couple thousand words. I'm pretty sure that's enough. Like it doesn't. Like we cover like a grammar point or two of N3 material in phase 1. I forget which one it was at this point, but I remember messaging Caleb about it, and I searched for a while. I think it actually is Nitotte is N3. The first one I clicked. But yeah, we cover like a big chunk of N4 and then like a small handful of N3 stuff. And I think that's going to give you enough vocab for it. I haven't taken the N4 test myself personally speaking, so I can't say for sure. I would want to see how people do with it before I say for sure. But you should at least N4, you should be fine. You should be fine. All right, let me swap over. All right, so this, one sec. Okay, this software is busted. It makes me sad because then because I can't have it on the top screen, my game on the top screen. So I'm always kind of looking down when I play, and it's not very cool. I read a list of all N5 grammar points recently and knew most of them. I knew a few details I don't know yet, but there were also a lot of points that weren't on the list. So it's probably N4. Yeah. Maybe I'll do some N4 practice tests after. Yeah. Actually, definitely. I would love to hear how you feel after those tests, or after finishing phase 1 and then give the N4 practice test a shot. Like, please let me know. I'm actually really curious. I think you'll be fine. Oh, let me turn this down a teensy bit. Oh, and also let me set up some game. Do you know how far off the NS JLPT practice material is? I'm afraid I don't. But I think it is being worked on, like, right now. I think that's, like, coming out with new units, but I could be wrong. I'm not fully up to date on that. But it should be relatively soon. Chrome. Oopsies. Wait. One second. Chrome, my journey. There we are. Okay, I see a Hollow Knight. You do see a Hollow Knight. I was gonna I bought it actually thinking about playing it on the NS stream, but then I learned that there was like basically literally zero text in it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I kind of can't do that now. So, just give me a second to change the game here. So it's gonna be Story of Season. Oh, typing in Japanese. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. Friends of Mineral. Is this? It's Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. Story of Seasons. It's literally Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, but like they don't have that. Can I just... Is this actually it? Hold up 1 second. Okay, it looks like it's it. Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town? They call it Harvest Moon, but it's not Harvest Moon. Well, the remake isn't Harvest Moon. I don't know. I don't know. Is there something I need to do to update it on YouTube? Where am I in here? Here we go. I have the... It's the Taikenban. It's the... I haven't actually... Wait, we should... I kind of want to play it. Wait, do I play it? You remember playing Fire Emblem on the other stream. Do you still do it, and how can it be found? Yes, so I am playing Fire Emblem. I was actually streaming yesterday with it. So I'm playing Fire Emblem 6 right now. Okami. I want to play... Okami would be fun to play on stream, too. There's a lot of story going. All right, wait. I love this game. I love this game. If you can find it for under $30, you should buy it. 100%. I paid like $70 for it, and it was way too short for $70, but I absolutely love it. But yeah, so Fire Emblem, I do have that on my personal stream. If you go into, well, I guess I don't know, I could direct, I could just direct link, I guess. 1 second. But if you go into our Discord, which is nativeshark.gg/nativeshark. Wait, hold up. Discord.gg/nativeshark. Then you can join the community and play, or there's a channel for community content and promotion. And then I post all my stream updates then in there when I'm in there. But here, I'll just give you a link on YouTube. I'll paste it. There. I think that, yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's my personal stream. And then, yeah, we play Fire Emblem there. I'll probably find other stuff. I don't know what to play. You always stream at 5 a.m. there? Oh, no. Should I play Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn? You should. Yes. You should, Ben. You definitely should. All right, so let's get this game going. 60 to 80 as far as I can find. Yeah, yeah. Usotsuki Hime to Momoku Oji. It's very expensive, but if you can find it on sale, yeah, thanks for asking about it. It's looking forward to seeing you in there. But yeah, when you find this game on sale, buy it. It's really good. Yeah, it's just I love it. Go watch the YouTube trailers. They're so adorable. All right, but yeah, Okami is amazing, but the language is difficult. I agree. Well, let me turn the stream music off. I love this game so much. I love it. I love this game. Hajime kara, from the start. Let's go with the non-traditional design. But yeah. What was I gonna say? Can you put the game's title in hashtag games later? I'm actually. Yeah. Yeah. Let me put it in now before I forget, because I'm gonna forget, and then I'm gonna feel bad, and then like in a week from now I'm gonna be like, oh no, who asked me to do that or whatnot, and then it's just gonna be a bummer. So I'll write that right now. Usotsuki hime to Momoku Oji. I wrote it. There it is. There it is. That's funny. Tai. I am Tai. Haru no Fuyu no 29. Normal mode. I love that there's an easy mode. I love that there's an easy mode to this game. 主人公設定 or 決定. Oh, we have mirrors and stuff. Oh yeah, this game does have Hiragana. Oh my god. Okay, no, this will actually be so much better for everyone now. I'm so excited. Just bought it? Hell yeah. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of it. Yeah, it's really... It can be kind of tough in Japanese though, because the game is basically entirely storytelling, and then you have some gameplay in between. 8 pounds, right? 8 pounds. I don't know currency symbols. 8 units. 8 units on PlayStation Store. That's actually crazy. That's really nice. Pounds. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, if it's $8 or 8 pounds, definitely get it. Highly recommend. ある日、家のポストに一通の手紙が届いた。Alright, there was a letter we got one day. 送り主はミネラルタウンの町長。Chocho is also the word for butterfly, but since the kanji are different, it's not. But I think it's funny. Also, how's the volume sound? Can you guys kind of hear it? It almost looks like you kind of can't. Maybe I turn this up a teensy bit. Okay, I turned it up a little bit. Let me know. Volume's good? Was that too loud? Alright, I turned it back down to what it originally was. English language only though. Gonna look for a Japanese edition. Japanese edition is gonna take... It's very... There's a lot of storytelling in it. Heck, we could probably dissect it on stream a little bit and give you a feel too. Maybe I could even do that today and just kind of give you like 15 minutes of it or whatever. Alright, so it's from the mayor of Mineral Town. 手紙を読んだ後、すぐに荷物をまとめて列車に乗った. So after reading the letter, we gathered up our stuff and immediately got on the train. Oof, never mind, English edition it is. Yeah. No, here I'll break it down. Maybe in the last like 15 or like a half hour of stream, I'll just start playing that, and we could see exactly what the language is like. But it is it's basically a storybook with gameplay. It is narrated though, which is cool, but it is definitely not something I would recommend if you want to have an easy time. Mineral Town. It's Oji-chan, so his grandpa's bokujo, his ranch, his farm. O yatte ita machi e. Man, I love this game. Oh, I love this game so much. I forgot about the wonky character designs changes that they made. Yeah, Taikun da ne. Yes, hello. 私はミネラルタウンの町長をしているトーマスだよ. I'm Thomas. All right. Maybe. Now, where do we move our camera? Hey, we're going on a journey. All right. Maybe over here. No. Maybe up here. Just so I don't... Actually, what if I just like moved it down to teensy bit? Yeah. Superimpose your camera over all character portraits. So I'm Thomas. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, maybe I think we just go up here. Stop snapping. Stop snapping. Ow. Why did I say ow? That didn't hurt. Alright, let's try here and then see. We'll see how it goes. I'll pay attention to see if it cuts anything off. Alright, so I'm the mayor of the town. どうだね、ここが君のおじいさんの残した、牧場だよ。Alright, so how is it? This is the place, the farm that your grandfather has left behind. しばらく誰も手入れしてなかったから、かなり荒れているがね。Yeah, so far this is like should be fine language for phase 1 actually. Or at the end once you're at the end of phase 1. 7,600 yen on the PlayStation Japan. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, any Japanese eShops don't like to discount their games very often. All right, but it's in rough shape because nobody's been taking care of this farm for a while. So, 覚えてるかね? 君がまだ子供だった頃、夏休みに、この牧場で過ごした日のことを。So all the days you've spent here. I remember. I don't remember. I remember. Give me 1 second. Whoopsies. That was a mistake. I accidentally pressed a button. 君がまだ子供だった頃、夏休みにこの牧場で過ごした日のことを。So, do you remember the days that you spent here too? I think it might have just been 1 day. I feel like he would say hibi if it was 2 days. Or more days. すまないたい。夏休みの家族旅行はキャンセルだ。No! Our summer vacation has been canceled! 悲しい。やだ。どうしても仕事の都合が少なくてな。So no matter what, I just couldn't get work to line up with it. 前から約束していたことだが、どうしても話せない大事な仕事なんだ。Alright, I know I'd promised you before, but this is something that I can't really, get rid of. I can't not do. はい、今回は、我慢してくれ。父さんも忙しいんだ。So just please bear it this time. I'm busy too. And this is my father speaking. また埋め合わせはするから。So I'll make something work out. ごめんね、タイ。分かってちょうだい。So this must be my mom speaking, I imagine. Because ちょうだい is generally more female language. So not necessarily speaking, but in this case, I think it is. So sorry. その代わりおじいちゃんのところの牧場で遊ばせてもらうように頼んでおいたから。Alright, and so we've made arrangements so you can go play on Oji-san's farm. 国土違って自然がいっぱいだからのんびりできるわ。のんびりできるわ。のんびり。のんびり is such a good word. It's like nice and relaxed, just chilling. If you're chilling in a hammock and it's a nice like you're in Hawaii chilling in a hammock on the beach, you're pretty nonbiri. But also like Inaka gives nonbiri vibes. I think almost even more actually. It's really like slow, really nice paced. Just chilling. It's not city vibes where everything's kind of in a rush all the time. Like people don't have a sense. Is that the right way to say it? They don't have a sense of time. There's no sense of time there because everything just moves slowly. Nonbiri. Alright, so we've already made the arrangements, so come on. Oh, よく来たの。タイわしを覚えとるか？いいじいちゃんだぞ。Oh, hey, good to see you. Do you remember me? It's Ji-chan. こんな田舎で何もないがの。まあ、ゆっくりしていきなさい。Alright, just go and have fun. Just relax. There's nothing really here, but ただのわしは牧場の仕事で手いっぱいでの。Just keep in mind that my hands are full of work here, so just keep that in mind. あまり相手はしてやれんが、町には同い年くらい同い年ぐらいの子供たちもおるから一緒に遊ぶとSo he's speaking in a little bit of a dialect here. So like these Knolls are very like Oji-chan kind of Knolls. Like old people say no a lot just because that's just what they do. And then this asobu to so this is asobu to I, but it's a dialect. So they say instead of I. This is Kansai Ben usually. There's plenty of other dialects that also do it, but Kansai dialect is the big one that everyone knows. Or E turns into there, So you should go play with there's other kids your age there or here, so go play with them. I fell off the cow. Rip. Oof, owie, my bones. The chickens. Sakana tsutta. Actually, that's really good practice. So when you see the pictures like that, try to say what's going on in the pictures in Japanese, and that really helps with production. Even if you don't say it right, it helps with your brain starting up the produced Japanese process, and the earlier the better. Dare? So if it was like this picture, you say 二人が木の下にいる. So they're like under the tree. There's two people under the tree here. Or 子供二人が木の下にいる. So there's two kids under the tree. Something like that. Or like you can describe the landscape or whatever. 花いっぱいある. Something like that. And I think that's actually a really nice way to practice. So whenever you have a game, maybe every now and then, every couple of minutes or a half hour or every half hour, whatever you're doing, just like stop, take a look at the landscape and just try to describe the landscape, or take a look at the townspeople and try to describe what the townspeople are doing. And that actually, like, even if you're just talking out loud to yourself or just typing it or whatever, honestly, talk out loud. Like, who cares? It helps get your mouth used to producing the sounds as well. Just do it. It's fun and it's helpful. So おすすめします. So I recommend giving that a shot. Oh, I heard you're the kid who's over in Oji-san no toko. So over in the area, at Oji-san's place. その子ここで一人で何してるの? So what are you doing over here by yourself? Are you always playing over here by yourself? 同じだね. So 同じ. So the same with me. ここ好きだからよく一人で遊びに来るんだ. So I come here pretty often to play. Because I like this area a lot. Hey, tell me a story about the city or about you, just anything. どうじゃったたい? 田舎での生活は楽しかったかい? I don't think I did the same accent for them, but hey, whatever. So how was living over here for the day? Or how was hanging out over here? And then say hi to your mom and dad for me. Oh, you're already gonna leave? Oh, I'm so sad. Oh no. Make sure you come back here someday, right? Okay? It's a promise. Oh, it's a promise. It's a yakusoku. Oh, and now I'm over 20 and I'm an adult. And that's the other thing is in video games like this, I think the beginning is always the most difficult part because it's every video game has to set up its story, right? So you kind of spend some time at the start reading a lot of text, no matter what game you're playing. And then you'll run into more, more gameplay and whatnot. And then it'll become a lot easier. And you'll be used to the vocabulary because you most likely looked up majority of it, at least, in these beginning hours. So the beginning is the true grind. And then after that, as long as you stick with it, and don't like swap games too much, until you're like done actually playing them, or like, yeah, I've learned what I want to learn, or I'm bored of this game. But the beginning's always going to be the roughest, that's for sure. But yeah, he loved this farm. So since you Mogul, you're his grandkid, his grandson. I'm sure he would be very happy if you inherited his farm. Do you want to give it a shot? Nah. Pack the game up. We're done. Pack it up. I'm good. Hi. I welcome you being in charge of the farm here, so thank you. You'll need to give it a new name. Oh no, what do we name it? What do we name this place? Shark Farm? Shark Joel? Shark Bokujo? Shark Farm? Shark? What do we name this? Does anyone have any suggestions? Shark Farm? Do we go for it? Shark Farm. Shark Farm. Sounds like Shark Fam. Shark Joel. I think we can name it Shark Farm. Let's name it Shark Farm. Shark Bokujo ka. Ii namae da ne. He didn't even ask me if I wanted to. Whatever. Bokujo no shigoto mo taihen da ga. Working on a farm is a lot of work, but try to do your best so you don't lose to your Oji-chan. I'm sure you're tired from the long trip, so go and relax. All right, I'll be heading home then. 明日から新しい生活が始まるんだ. From tomorrow, our new life begins. Hey. All right. We are in. Oh, man. All right. So let's see. Where's the best spot to put the camera? I mean, we could do right in this. Because we have toolbar in the bottom left. Hey, someone ate the whole bowl. Yeah, of course. It's extra protein. Where's the best spot to put the camera? It might be like here. This is honestly like middle. Maybe kind of smaller. Love the taste of broken glass in the morning. It's training. It's for training. All right, I think the camera will be all right here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. There was another game, Custom Robo, that it was on the GameCube that I used to play. Or I still play it, actually. I haven't. Do I have it in Japanese? I don't know. But there was so you would go to bed, you'd wake up in your pajamas, and the closet looked like a refrigerator door. So you would open the closet door, and like your head would still be popping out. It's like the perfect refrigerator door height. And then you'd like close the door and walk out of it, and you'd be wearing different clothes. So I would always make a joke with my friend when we were playing it together. Is I'm so tired. I just got out of bed. Oh man, let me just go grab some breakfast. What I ate made me change my clothes. What's going on here? Oh, it was so funny. I probably enjoyed it too much, but whatever, that's okay. All right, so let me tell you the basics. So the basics, yeah, I already know how to do the basics. Yeah, I don't need to do this. But this is, you know, if you're not familiar with this game, obviously we would want to read this, but you know, he's basically just telling you how to play a video game, like a generic video game. So you can press A and like talk to people, and when you stand in front of them, and then like when you can't buy things when stores are closed, when you want to use your, yeah, you have to make sure that things are equipped when you're using them. Yeah. No, I don't want to hear Kurashku. He's sad that I don't want to hear the full details. Wakatta. 何か困ったことあったら自宅の本棚の本を見るといいよ. Alright, so if there's something that's bugging you, just feel free to take a look at your bookshelves. I shall do that, but nothing will bug me, so that's okay. 君の牧場なんだから何もやってもいいんだけど. It's your it's your farm, so you can just do nothing with it, but you should probably, you know, try to make some money and get your life stable, I would imagine. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. I'll think about it. I guess. If I have to. Do I have to? Can I just like not? Can I just not do that? Alright, 1 second. I need more hojicha. 1 second. It's very important. It's very important. I now have more hojicha brewing, and life is good. I love hojicha. Hojicha. Hoji. Extended. A little bit extended. I'll write it out. Hojicha. Bam. So that's roasted green tea. Tis very good. I guess I could show you the. Here we are. It's Oyo-cha no Hojicha. So that's what it looks like. There's kanji for it too, which is like roasted. But it's not yaku, it's hojiru. I think it's hojiru is the verb. Alright, but yeah, he's telling me I can ship stuff if I find it, and then yeah, and then go take a look around the town if you want to, and then Yokejo. Okay, so alright, so I didn't know the word Yokejo. Well, I knew the kanji for this, right? So yo is yashinao, so that's like to foster, and then ke is tori, so bird, and then jo, place, so foster bird place. So it probably means my chicken coop, and that's the benefits of knowing kanji right there. Yokejo no koto da no to yokejo toka ga aru kara iroiro soudan shite miru to ii. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff, so feel free to ask people. Ie ni kaittara dougu baku wa mite kureru kai? Alright, so going back inside and then take a look at your dougu bako, your toolbox, and then there's a pedometer in there. So it's fun to see how many steps you can take. Okay. I feel you. Zach, I believe. Yeah. Saku. Oh, he looks so different in this version. They redid all the art to make it more in line with just like how everything is now. Like the old art styles wouldn't work in this market. But it does give me a sense of nostalgia seeing, or to like thinking about the old pictures, you know. Something about his face, I don't trust him. I like a lot of the older character designs in general more. But there are some that are really good, and I'll point them out. But yeah, this guy, no, he's cool. That wispy mustache will haunt my dreams. Oh my god. That's funny. He's just chilling. He's just having a good old time. He's got some sideburns. He's rocking those sideburns, though. You have to admit, right? All right, so he does shipping. I'm Zach. Yoroshiku. All right, so if you're gonna do farm work, just make sure to keep this in mind, and then just come over here. All right, so this is the shipping box. Every day I come here at 5 p.m. and take the stuff and give you money for it. Yes. Dig is fit though. Yeah, that's a nice shirt, isn't it? Yeah. I feel like that's like something I would see at a Renaissance fair kind of style of shirt. And it's kind of nice. Has anyone been to a Renaissance fair before? I'm a complete nerd and I love stuff like that. I used to have like a sword that I would go with, and I'd have like a cape and a mantle. Oh yeah, it was really cool. I'm a big nerd when it comes to old medieval stuff. I worked at the biggest Renaissance fair in the US for like 5 years. Yo, that's cool. Working at a Renaissance fair would be so much fun. Oh man. The Maryland one, go check it out. Okay. I'm not going to find myself in Maryland anymore, or anywhere anytime soon, I don't think, but I'll have to I'm going to write that down. I forget which one the one I went to. I forget which one I went to, but I wrote it down. Yeah, it's just so much fun. Just so much fun to be a nerd and enjoy it and be around other people who are really into it too. It's like a massive 5 or something acre permanent medieval village built in the woods. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, the one I went to was basically just a bunch of tents. And then like we would have some things were assembled. Like there's wooden buildings that weren't necessarily for the specific use of that fair. It was just like fairgrounds. It was like a traveling fair more than anything, you know? Oh. But a permanent medieval village built in the woods? Oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up after this and probably go fawn over it. Alright, so whenever there's like stuff going on, he needs a break too. Maryland was so mental that shops had apartments above them, so shop owners would live during the season. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's amazing. And there's also shipping boxes in the various huts for animals as well here. And then you can grab stuff. You can grab stuff in the mountains too. And then, yeah, you can ship all kinds of stuff. Oh, he's mad. それと頑張って働くのいいんだけど、働きすぎはいけねえぞ。いけねえぞ。You shouldn't overwork yourself. If your account turns blue, then you're gonna fall over and hurt yourself. Yeah, I miss it. Yeah, I don't blame you. That sounds really cool. I've only been here once in Germany. It was really nice. Honey beer and skewers. Ooh, yeah. You know what? I actually haven't had mead. Yeah, no. I haven't been to a Renaissance fair since I've been able to drink legally. Like since I've been 20. I think the last time I went to a Renaissance fair was when I was maybe 16 or 18, something like that. So it's been a while. Jeez. But yeah, I really want to try some. I don't think I've ever had mead before. Or maybe I've had it like maybe once, but that was before I really enjoyed beer, so I don't think I remember liking it. I mean, neither I stopped working there when I was 18. When you work there, what happens behind the scenes stays behind the scenes. There it is. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, mead must be good. Alright, so, and I'll be here at 5. Yeah. I want to try stuff like that. Okay, we're here. What the heck? It's already 10. It's already 10. Why is it already 10? Why is it already 10? Okay, who reads tutorials? Not me. Okay. This conversation is reigniting my want to brew my own mead. Oh my god, that would be so cool. Like a proper hipster. Like a proper hipster. How does it look if I did it right here? I'm confused on where to put my camera. Maybe I just keep it here for now. Doesn't really matter if you guys can't see what's in my inventory because I just do that and then you can. Let's try this for now. Oopsies. I pressed B. Kette. Also at the same time, it annoys me that this isn't even anymore, so I'm putting it back. Alright. A sickle, watering can. And then let's go with an axe for now. Kind of switch to the sake camp, but I always appreciate a nice mead or whiskey. I like, okay, so I really like Nihonshu. I like sake, but I don't like it when it's cold. I've only, like, I can drink sake when it's cold, and it's fine. But every time I've had it warm, it's the smoothest thing in existence, and like I just drink it all day, and then it's kind of dangerous. Not drink it all day, but it's like dangerous because like it doesn't. Good warm sake does not tell you that there's a lot of alcohol in it, so you need to be careful, you know. Whereas with like most other drinks, I'm usually able to be like, okay, well, this is, I know how much I'm drinking here, and I know how much I need to be careful. 2 Japanese booze I want to try are sake and Strong Zero. Oh, you haven't had Strong Zero? Oh, I guess not. I mean, it is. Strong Zero, I love Strong Zero. I thoroughly enjoy Strong Zero. Warm sake is always amazing. I always had a cold one in the restaurant. It was finer than most wines I've ever had. I forgot which one. Oopsies. Wait, how do I use tool? Why? Yeah. It is. I don't know, it's got this different taste. Like, I'm not huge on wine. I enjoy wine and sake about the same, I'd say. But when if it's warm sake, it's got wine beat by a mile. If I ever live in Japan, I fear I'll live off Strong Zero. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people say they don't like the taste of Strong Zero. Or at least, like, I don't know. Maybe not a lot, but I've definitely heard people say they don't like the taste of Strong Zero. And, no, I thoroughly enjoy it. And I need to, wait. How do can I put the rock down? Wait, how do I view my inventory again? Is it similar to like Four Loko? I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Four Loko is, so I don't think they have that. We have that in America, at least. But it's basically just like kind of seltzer water with, is it vodka? Is it vodka? And then like some flavoring to kind of bring that back down. It's only allowed in America? Oh, well, I guess I don't drink that much, so like a lot of stuff I'm not familiar with brands. So that's definitely part of it. Oh shoot. Closes at 4, I think. I really want to buy some seeds today. It's deceptive, pretty strong, doesn't taste like it at all, it's dangerous. Oh yeah, no. It's not like that then, because Strong Zero, you know full well what you're getting yourself into. Irashaimase. Os. Ryuku 3000 yen? G? Kau. Alright, he chucked it in my... Oh, 自己紹介しよっか。マリー。Hello. もしかして牧場に来た人？ Tomosu-san ni kiitanda. Are you the person who works at the bokujo? At the farm? I heard from Thomas. I'm Mari. Yoroshiku ne. Dangerous stuff. I didn't until I moved to Scotland and here normal levels of social drinking are nearing American alcoholism. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I know like Americans don't drink as much as I've seen other cultures do. At least from my experience, like, you know, like British or whatever. Like it's really, really common to have like social drinking is a lot bigger of a just concept. Oh god, that's such a loud sound. They really need to fix that. God, that kills your ears. Oop. Maybe Strong Zero was really delicious to me. I think it was the lemon juice one. Definitely kicks in quick. Yeah, you definitely feel it for sure. Very quickly. Oopsies. Okay. Yeah, it does kick in. You notice it quick. I'm sure they... Yeah, if any Asian shops around you... Yeah, I'm sure they do. They totally do. Oh, wait. Why am I separating these? I don't think... Yeah, no, it doesn't do the same thing as the old game does. Hey, I got a thing. Yay. That was chodoi. That was perfect. I don't want to burn more energy, so. Yeah. I'm sure they'll have it. Just have to look for it a little bit. Actually, I don't know. The one in Bellevue, the grocery shop, the Asian grocery shop that I used to go to all the time, I don't recall seeing it at least. But I didn't look that hard. Like I went for Asahi and like Kirin and stuff like that. Or like shochu for udon hai. I love oolong hais. Those are tasty. If you haven't had an oolong hai, osusume shimasu. I definitely recommend oolong. It's a bit of an acquired taste, but it's tasty. Sapporo Asahi Kirin. I think it depends on if it's nama or if it's canned. I think Asahi is the best nama, but Kirin also might be the best nama. And then Kirin I think is the best canned. Sapporo, I don't really drink that much. I should try it again. Ton of shops near me that are targeted towards the huge Chinese population, so not sure much Japanese stuff. Oh, I see. Okay, I need to go to bed so I don't mess up my morning tomorrow. Nikki o tsukeru. Write in journal. Kyou wa mou neru? Hai. 作物、動物、鉱石。寝坊しちゃった。Ah, I overslept. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. Good morning. Hoang. Alright, so I'm the traveling merchant, Hoang. I just arrived at this town, so yoroshiku. From what I see, you're running a farm, huh? I have a lot of rare seeds, so whenever you want to, feel free to come and buy them. I'll be staying with Zach, so... whenever you come on, or feel free to come over whenever, and I welcome it. それじゃあ他にも挨拶回りするからもう帰るね。Alright, so I'm gonna go say hi to everyone else, so bye. Bye. It's always hard to find anything other than cup noodles, rice, and soy sauce. Gotta look for the Japanese stuff. Yeah. I'm just big glad I live in Japan. But like I haven't been utilizing grocery stores because I haven't been cooking that often, so. Also, I'm trying to hold in the sneeze right now, can you tell? Alright. Oh god. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, it doesn't feel like a normal grocery store, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like the touristy, I guess. Oh, hey. I can go get my watering can improved at the... I've been overusing Konbini for the whole month I've been. That's what I do. That's what I do. I live in the Konbini, basically. It's whatever. Oopsies. Sell some rocks and wood, I guess. But yeah, this is the other thing. So like with Harvest Moon or with Bokujo Monogatari, you get to like choose the experience you want. So you can basically not use Japanese when playing this game, or you can go talk to a lot of people and get, you know, get to oopsies. You can talk with a lot of people and get to, what am I saying? Get practice in when you feel like it, or you don't have to practice when you don't feel like it. So you always have two options. Tare. Oh. Missed him. There's only so much Pocky I can have before enough is enough. That's funny. Yeah. I feel that. Oopsies. Wait. Pick that up. Okay. Yeah. I like... Okay. So honestly, I don't like Pocky that much, except for the one that's like dipped in almonds. So it has like almond chocolate. Like grinded up almonds in it. Because that one, they put more chocolate on. Like the normal Pocky flavors, they don't put enough chocolate on. So I don't like eating them. Because they're just breadsticks to me. Crunchy breadsticks. And if you have the one with the almond on it, then they give a ton of extra chocolate on it. Yeah, it's like extra thick chocolate. And then it's basically eating pretzels with almonds on them that's been dipped in like Nutella. And oh my god, is it tasty. So if you're gonna have Pocky, that's always the first one that I'm gonna recommend. How do I get stuff out of my inventory? Wait, how do I actually get stuff out of my inventory? How do I... Wait, hold up. I don't know. I'm a big fan of matcha Pocky. Oh. Yeah, matcha Pocky is good too. It's nearing midnight here, so otsukaresama to oyasumi. I shall see you. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, as always. And I'll see you next time. Let me get some more stuff in here. We'll make some money. Mata ne. Oyasumi. I kind of want to buy more tane in a bit. Or like sometime later. I need to get that maybe tomorrow morning. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna set it up so I can get more tane soon, or plant more crops. And wait, Zephyr, what time is it over there for you right now? I might try this out in Japanese. This or Stardew Valley. It's 11. Okay. And that's at night, correct? Yeah. Okay. 15-hour time difference. Okay, okay. Yeah. I think I would recommend this over Stardew Valley if you want, because this is going to be easier, I think, for you. Because Stardew Valley has no Furigana. The other thing is it's a translated game. So it was originally designed in English, and then there have been a couple, maybe not errors, but there's some unnatural translations going on sometimes. So like a character will break their character. You know, like if a female character will sometimes end with a Zolt when they're not supposed to end with a Zolt, when they're normally like the person that ends with a Wa. Like, so there has been like minor mistakes. And in the end, it's not a big deal. And you definitely, I barely noticed them, if at all. Like I just saw someone do a write-up on it, really. So is it a big deal? No. But, I think the real big deal is this game has Furigana and the other game doesn't. So I think that's what's important, especially if you're learning. Now, Stardew Valley is good when you want to have that challenge of no Furigana. So I'm going to really grind in and see what's up. But since this game does have it. That being said, I just realized there's also instances where there isn't Furigana though. Kyou wa mou neru. Where's the Furigana on this? I don't know. But this is a generally more simpler sentence, so it's not a big deal. But all the dialogue boxes had Furigana in this game, so it's raining. It's raining. I tried the Animal Crossing, but the time mechanics in that game drive me insane. Oh no. Okay, so it is definitely, yeah. That's understandable. It took me years of playing before also the fan base's hatred of time travelers. That's funny. I don't think there's anything wrong with time traveling. You should enjoy the game. You should enjoy the game how you enjoy the game. Like that's why, like, I mean, if you enjoy the game like that, then go enjoy the game like that, you know? But if, oh wait, no, I should. Oh, I don't have money for it. Never mind. I think time traveling makes it so you get bored of the game quicker, if that makes sense. Because there's always stuff to do. Okay, so here's missing Kurigana, but generally you don't need to read these too much. He's basically, but you can still get a feel. I almost feel like lack of Hiragana on some things in the game. So like most of the stuff has Hiragana, but some things don't. And that's almost like, here's a test to see how much kanji you actually know and how much you're reading with Hiragana. So it's almost a positive, I would say. So, yeah. And then when in doubt, you can always take a picture of the screen with like Google Translate, copy all the text that it pulls, and then bring it into like jisho.org, and then actually look up the definitions and whatnot, because you shouldn't trust Google Translate definitions at all. But yeah, when in doubt, you can do that as well. Without time travel, the game feels like a $50 mobile game. Like I go on catch bugs, mine rocks, and that's everything, especially in the first few weeks of the game. I suppose that's understandable. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I like the 3DS version the most. Like a 3DS version feels like there's more to do, which is weird because there's actually, no. I feel like there's just more to do. I feel like the characters have a little bit more personality. And then hello. エリー。こんにちは。あら、この辺りじゃ見ない人だね。あの牧場にそうなの。自己紹介もまだわね。だったわね。So, alright. So you're farm person? 私はエリよ。タイ君よろしくね。Yeah. I remember liking the GameCube ones, but got bored of New Leaf and New Horizons fairly quickly. Yeah, like I'll log back into New Horizons sometimes and be like, there's nothing to do. And then I'll turn it off immediately almost. So I do feel you on that. Wait. There we go. Like I know we have a shelf here somewhere. Sad thing is how much I adore its aesthetic. Yeah. No, I really like, I mean, I still like all the versions. But I've just accepted the fact that when I binge them, and when I don't, I don't. You know? I think they're very good binging games for me. So like, for me, there is enough to do throughout everything. So like, I don't mind catching, like I'll catch my bugs and fill up my Zukong, but like I won't specifically farm bugs, you know, like I won't be like, oh well, it's almost the end of May, so I need to make sure I have all the May bugs caught. I'll just like catch them as I see a new one, and I take it a lot more casually than I know I've seen a lot of people, especially on the internet, do. Because I mean, internet people, if they're sharing it, then it means they're really into it, right? And that's just not me. Or at least I'm not into it that much that I need to like farm every little mechanic. But I do just like, I do like the general feel. And I just think, yeah, it's a good game to binge. It's a good game to binge. It's a good game to get practice in with. Just because it's so like nonbiri. Like the game is so laid back that you can just kind of do whatever you want, you know? And then doing whatever you want lets you... That means that one, yeah, you can build up your town, or you can find new furniture and do all this stuff, or you can go talk to people and practice your Japanese and make some new flashcards and learn all these new words with it. And I think that's also really nice, because that's why I like games like that, especially when learning Japanese, just because, and like games like this where, look, I don't have to practice Japanese right now. I'm just having fun in my game. And then when I feel like going to practice Japanese, I'll head into town and then I'll look up all... Oh, I fell over? What? Oh, my face was blue, but I had stamina left. Whoops. Whoopsies. Okay, so the blue face, I forgot. Okay, in the old game, your face would literally become blue instead of this little indicator up here being blue. So, that was my goof. That was my goof on that one. Whoopsies. Rip my character. That's funny. Taoshimatta. Or wait, no, sorry. Tarete shimatta. So what I just made a mistake. I'll explain it. So what I said is a conjugation of taosu, which is to defeat. And what I wanted to say and what I meant to say was taoreru, which is to fall over. So same kanji, different like verb things of the same kanji. So taosu is to defeat, taoreru is to fall over or like collapse. So taorete shimatta, taorechatta. I don't know how do you say it. There's a couple ways to say it, and I'm trying to think of like one of the ways specifically. But yeah. Taorechatta. Taorechatta. Yeah, that's it. Why can't I... What is going on in my brain right now? Taorechatta. Taorete shimatta. Fell over. I like those kinds of word relationships, like how they're paired by kanji is the most interesting part of Japanese for me. Yeah, it is really cool, isn't it? Like, it's the same root. And that's why I like kanji so much, is because you can tell. It's immediately obvious if it's sharing the same kanji, you know? Like in English, we do have like these word pairings and like all these suffixes and prefixes and all this stuff that like, yeah, you can definitely tell in English if you know, if you spend the time to study all these extra roots and whatnot, then it makes sense. Because it fully makes sense how falling over and defeat are related on conceptual level. Yeah, right? Exactly. Yeah. You're defeated till you fall over. So you taoreru. Yeah, because you can learn stuff like that in English as well, but like it's so much, it's not as immediately obvious, you know? With Japanese, it's super obvious. Like, yeah, okay, it's the same kanji, so clearly it's the same core of the word is there at least. At some level, you know, however connected or disconnected it may be, the core of it is still there, is there. I think that's what made kanji learning so much fun for me. It still makes kanji learning so much fun for me. Because I mean, like, okay, when I started learning Japanese, I did like the 3 months of like pure kanji, didn't learn basically anything or almost literally anything else. And I know a lot of people really hate that part. Honestly, I loved it. Like, it was just so much fun to learn all the kanji. But now I know that, like, you know, for the greater purpose of learning Japanese, you definitely don't have to grind that, because that is just excessive. Still, favorite one is still Kumi ni Naru. Yeah, it is good. You fired from, like, oh no. No. Well, there's a reason I don't recommend it. Because it's not actually helpful, or it's not fully helpful to, there we go, success in Japanese as a whole, you know, like you can learn it with context. And like when you learned it the way I grinded it, it's not really like, I didn't actually learn kanji. I learned English representations. So like I didn't even learn pieces of Japanese. I just learned how to learn, you know? And I think there's still value in that, but like, I think the system we have on Native Shark makes so much more sense because you're actually learning it in context. And when you're learning it in context, it feels, one, it's easier to learn. And two, it feels better because you immediately have something you can apply it with, you know? Like I had this 3-month period of like, I'm sitting here with this pile of knowledge that I can't pull from yet, you know? That said, I still had fun with it. And like when I started learning Japanese, it was to have fun. You know, there was no other goal in my brain except I want to have fun. I want to learn something. So for me, and it was perfectly acceptable. It was perfectly fine, you know, to do that. It wasn't, I'm going to get fluent in X amount of time period and that's all I'm going to focus on because I need this for a job or something, you know. It was, I'm bored. I want to learn something. So that's what I did. Yo, me picking up any hobby. Yeah, right? Oh no, I didn't give him anything to ship. Whoopsies. Me picking up any hobby. Yeah, honestly though, right? So like here's the thing is like, especially when it's a hobby that's like, it's a skill that you can train and practice with. Like, it's really nice because you can improve every single day on it. So like, okay. Okay, yeah, with Japanese, you know, obviously, you get better and better at the language the more you study, right? So if you study every day, you get better at the language every day. Even if sometimes it doesn't feel like it. And if it doesn't feel like it, you might want to examine your study method a little more fully, but like you should. And I mean, that being said, everyone's going to have a bad day every now and then. So it's not really a big deal. But if you have a lot of bad days all the time, maybe examine your study method. But like, yeah, the fact that you can see progress, especially months, like between months, you know, like me studying and like I look back where I was 3 months ago and I look back where I was 6 months ago. And like I would be able to tell because I had, say, started a game And then was like, nah, this is too advanced for me. I'm just gonna put it down and come back later, when it's, and then it'll be easier later. And I would do that, and then like come back 6 months later and be like, holy crap, this game is kind of chill. Like I'm perfectly fine playing this game now, and it's a really rewarding feeling to see growth happening, right? So what I want to pick up some new hobbies and some new skills, you know, because with Japanese, I mean, I definitely have ways to go with it, but I feel like it's just a matter of, well, I've always felt this way. I've always felt like it's a matter of time. As long as I don't give up, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get there. I just need to not give up. And I think that's still the case, but I think it's more the case now than ever because I live in Japan. My job is about studying Japanese, and I talk to people all the time now in Japanese, and like I'm always exposed. All my video games I play in Japanese. I can't not get better at Japanese at this point in my life. I have Japanese so integrated into my life that I couldn't try to get worse at Japanese. Like I can't forget all this stuff now, you know? So I have an advantage there with that. And I'm very grateful for it. So like I feel like now is a good time to learn more skills for me. So I'm examining some things that I can start doing every day that will eventually lead into, you know, having more skills and just being more fun in the meantime of reaching that, you know, of reaching like a higher level of skill with it. So like right now I'm looking into like art and whatnot. So I'm like trying to sketch some more things and just kind of just making more stuff and like just showing up and not giving up. Even if it's like I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this isn't good. What I'm producing isn't good. But I know if I keep doing this and pay attention to things that I can improve with and just try to improve, then eventually it's going to get there, you know? And I think that's the same thing with everyone in the language. And I think that's the same thing with basically any skill you can train, you know? Show up, look at ways to get better in it, and then like see what you've done and see how you can improve and examine it every now and then don't give up. It's Nang. Who are you? Oh, you're the new person at the farm. Oh, I thought you were a visitor. What's your name? Tai-kun da ne. Watashi wa Nang. Yoroshiku. Nang. I like Nang. I like Nang's redesign a lot. はじめましてよ。ポプリっていうのあなたはタイさんって言うんだ。よろしくね。ポプリ。I get you currently learning like new three instruments. Oh, who are you? All right. Oh, I'm blah blah blah. I do the tree things. Oh, he's a woodcutter. I got 3 new instruments on an Amazon wishlist to add to my already crammed music corner in the office. Yeah, learning is most addictive hobby. Yeah. This is Jinha. Yoroshiku. Yeah, learning is a very addictive hobby. It's a good hobby to have, you know. Having the love for learning, it brings so many opportunities in life that you don't realize, or they might not realize or don't think about, you know. Like now, like when I first started, you know, going crazy with learning Japanese, I had no idea that my life would look like this in 5 years or whatnot, 5.5 years. So like, you know, just having a passion and just following wherever it leads you, it just makes life really interesting, I think. Just very enjoyable. And the cool thing is, with this game, once everyone says they know you, or once you meet and greet everyone, then you like build relationships with them. So like the dialogue obviously changes up and whatnot, and you get to learn Everyone's unique life story and then all their vocabulary that comes with that. I like it. Alright. I need to get a rucksack soon. Ryuku. Ryuku. Oh wait, I think there's... I forget where I get the fishing rod from. Hello. Oh, you're Thai? I've heard about you from Thomas. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. You're not from this town. Oh, you moved to the farm. Wait, you have a cow there, right? Let me pet them soon. Well, I don't have a cow there yet, my dude. Oh, they have I take care of animals as well. She has a farm. Sasha. Alright, everyone's just saying hi to me. So, Mana's joke is that all she does is talk. So don't worry about catching anything Mana says. Because you're not supposed to. Hajimete miru hito. I want her earrings. Oh my god, they're Budou earrings. Yeah, look, they're literally just censoring out and putting random particles. You're not supposed to read what she says. She just talks a bunch. Soyone. Yeah, look, wasn't that? Yeah, their hairstyles are nice. I like this hairstyle a lot. It reminds me of Kumiko from Hibiki Euphonium. And her hairstyle's cool too. Some orange grass. Decided 3 favorite characters right there. Yo, they're always over there talking. So if you ever want to go and eavesdrop on the conversation when you get this game, that's where you find them. Hi, Zaku. Hi, Hoang. Irashai. Irashai. Kyabetsu no tane. Okay, yeah, that's like next year's kind of stuff. You know what's another game I want to pick up for Japanese? Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I hear so much good about that game in general. There's so many things. I actually bought the first 3 Phoenix Wright games for 500 yen, for 500 yen, during a sale over like 2 months ago or something. I haven't played them yet. I kind of want to play them on stream, but like I don't have a capture card or whatnot. I heard it's really accessible for beginning Japanese. I have also heard that. It seems to, yeah. Like you just look up a couple of like court terms and then you're pretty much golden, apparently. Oopsies. Keep pressing B. Wait, you don't have a capture card? How are you streaming your Switch? Capture card on the 3DS is different from the Switch one. Because this capture card is doing HDMI. And, you know, 3DS doesn't have that. But I know there's a way, but I think it requires like software. Oh yeah, 3DS, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, it is remade on the Switch, isn't it? But that was like really expensive and the 3DS one wasn't. And I like the 3DS still slightly more, I think. I'm still in love with the 3DS. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say I like the 3DS more, but they're different and I want to use my 3DS still. And like since I'm always on my Switch, having just a 3DS is nice. It's 30 base price for the trilogy and constantly on sale. Oh. Well, I'll look into it, I guess. And then maybe I could play it on stream. Because that could be good. I mean, it's nice to have, especially on a game that's really popular and super commonly recommended, it's nice to have experience with it and be able to give your opinion on it, you know? Especially that's almost kind of my job. It's definitely a part of my job, you know? It's to be able to help guide people into good native materials. Like that's part of the reason why we play so much on the stream, you know. One is it's really nice to just hang out with everyone and, you know, have a nice community building kind of outlet. And then two, it lets me hunt for native materials. And then I can actively help everyone through games and mindsets, and it gives me an opportunity to talk to everyone about just going through games in general and all these mindset things that I think are always super helpful. Because like the mindset tips that I'm giving took years of figuring out, you know. Like I read mindset tips from Nico, and then like I experienced them myself. So this is many years of figuring things out between all of us to reach, you know, what I talk about on stream. I'm making the terrible mistake of hobbling through Yakuza in Japanese. It's not going well. Hey, if you're having fun, then it's chill. That's the other thing, is like, as long as you have fun with it, I think it's okay. Even if it doesn't go well per se, you'll still learn some vocab words. And then the real important thing is the bulk of your learning is going to come from doing lessons and doing units. You know, all this extra stuff, it's bonus, right? Like you'll definitely get a lot of use out of it. But like the big learning, especially like grammar and whatnot, it's going to come with units and concentrated studies, focused studies. So even if you're playing a game that's a little above your head, as long as you enjoy it, like when you get bored of it and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore right now. No, I can't handle this game. Like this is too much mentally. Just turn it off. Whatever. Maybe find a new game. Maybe play a new game. Maybe play both. But I think native material is best when it's a mix of I enjoy this game and it's good study practice. Because the more fun you have, the longer you'll play it and the more practice you'll get. You know? I especially use it for reinforcement because on NS you memorize the sentences as opposed to reviewing comprehending example for grammar point. Good to see grammar in fresh context. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, in your studies on NS, it's really nice to have like those sentences, like the fact that you have them memorized is nice because you have a bank of things to pull from when you're studying. And that's just like having a bank of sentence structures is extremely helpful. And that's why we recommend shadow looping so much, because shadow looping really nails that into your brain. So you're like, when in doubt, what's the sentence structure? Oh, okay, I know it. And what's the pronunciation of the sentence structure? Oh, okay, I know it. So that's really helpful. But it is extremely helpful to see grammar in fresh context as well, because, you know, you're gonna, you know, life is always new context, you know. So when you go see it in real life, you know, I just said, you know, like 8 times in a row or something. Man, I've noticed I do that a lot more on the podcast as well. Thanks to the podcast, you know. You know, start going to sleep to shadow loops. If your brain can handle falling asleep to shadow loops, then I would say do it. For me, I can't really sleep with noise. So like a TV on makes it more difficult for me to sleep. Like I can't not sleep with it, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Shadow loop ASMR. We should oh my god, put in a feature request, shadow loop ASMR. have them all read like in whispers and whatnot. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Or at least don't tell anyone I told you to do it. Nah, that's funny. Honestly though, thinking about it, there should be like, I don't think this is high priority, but I feel like there should be like whispered speech or whatnot, you know? Like, why not? Why not have some samples of whispered Japanese speech? You'll hear it in real life. Why wouldn't we have it on the platform, right? So, I think it's an idea to be explored, at least. Oopsies. I think that's kind of cool. But I don't think it would be that necessarily helpful as compared to other things we could be spending time on in the meantime, you know. That's why I wouldn't say it's high priority. What I really want is a lesson on internet speak. Yes. Yeah, I would really like a lesson on internet speak as well. You find a lot of it if you go on like Twitch or like YouTube. Honestly, how I get a lot of my internet speak is VTubers. I watch a bunch of VTubers and then it's like, oh my god, look at all these things that I'm learning. It's actually insane how much I learned from VTubers, like as far as internet language goes. Oh, the face. What's the face for? What do you mean? I get to judge your taste now. Which VTubers? Oh man. Oh no, here we go. Alright. I really like Aqua. Minato Aqua. Because she rocks at Apex and I really enjoy Apex. And then listening to her lets me learn Apex game terms. So I always find her really helpful to learn with because of my specific enjoyment of Apex. And then I really like Pecora. Pecora is just high energy and funny. So she's cool. Korone. Korone is funny too because she does a lot of English content as well. So her English is hilarious and good content. And then her Japanese, obviously. Her Japanese is relatively natural. I feel like Minato Aqua is her Japanese and like Korone's Japanese are more natural. Like Pecora's Japanese is not necessarily natural, so you wouldn't want to use that to study with. Oh, I overslept again. What the heck? You would want to use that to study. You wouldn't want to use that to study with like at least supernatural intonation. I watch a lot of Pecora and Korone on the Japanese side, and Gura and Watson on the English side. Okay, yeah, I watch Gura a lot too. I like Gura, but I don't watch her super often. But I like God, why can't I remember her name right now? The bird. No, she's like my favorite. Why can't I remember her name? The Phoenix. Oh, I feel so bad. No, what the heck? I really like her. I like watch her. She's the one that I'll consistently watch too. Petition for Gura to be the official VTuber Native Shark. Yo, the real talk. I watched Gura's debut. Like this was like before I really knew, or like before I was really into VTubers. I watched Gura's debut because I'm like, okay, well, she's a shark. I have to. This is principle. And then I got addicted to VTubers from there. Sponsorship deal, it'll get the brand out there. Yeah. Native Shark with VTubers, oh man. If only. I think you'd have a... It's fine by me, but you'd have to get it through everyone else in the company. And I don't know how they feel about it. I don't know, I haven't really brought up VTubers to them at all. But yeah, I really like the bilingual VTubers. Why can't I remember her name? The Phoenix, who's also an English VTuber. She's really good at Japanese. She's bilingual. She's trilingual actually. She just speaks German as well. She's the one that's really close with Mori. I'm actually so sad that I can't remember her name right now. I'm gonna blame it on my morning brain. Kiara! Yes, Kiara. Yes. I love Kiara. Kiara, I think, is my favorite. Because she's fluent. And then she, like, does the switch. It's the switching of languages really well. And that's my favorite way to communicate is, like, just not worry about what language I'm speaking. Just speak, and then thoughts come out. And the person I'm speaking to understands those thoughts no matter how jumbled the language comes out in. Mori's got really good bilingual names. She's fluent. She's learning. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you define fluent. She's really solid at it, but she definitely is still practicing. you know. And she's doing a really great job. I'm always interested in like what she does to study and whatnot. Obviously, I guess, right? But yeah, she's basically fluent. But I know she does stumble every now and then. And I mean, I do as well. So obviously this isn't me putting her down in the slightest. Yeah. But as far as like listening for practice in Japanese, I would say like the natives and like Kiara are really good for listening to intonation practice. Mori still is working on her Japanese as far as like getting the accent and like getting the naturalness down. So, I think it still makes good practice though, but you won't be getting super natural intonation or like out of her sometimes. Which is fine. I mean, even with me, you won't get supernatural intonation sometimes. My intonation is generally okay. Is generally like solid. But I struggle with saying things in a natural manner a lot of the times. And like saying things I haven't said before in Japanese, I struggle with. So like you can see this very, very well in the community event actually we did, which is available on YouTube if you do want to watch it. I was explaining like how to clean glasses for the first time I've ever done. And I struggled through it. I did it, and I technically, like, I got the meaning conveyed, and all was fine there. But I didn't, like, nail it. Like, you know, I didn't have supernatural intonation or anything like that. So, like, if I was to say, should you study from my Japanese during that community event, I would tell you no. Don't. You know? But, like, Chia's Japanese from that community event, yes, she's a native. Yes, you know, so like I always feel like listening to natives Japanese is more beneficial than listening to another learner's Japanese. Does that make sense? Because you can just get more. If you're doing it to learn, you can get more out of it. But if you're doing it to enjoy, then, you know, obviously do what you enjoy. But just have that in mind, you know. Fair. I listen to a lot of music for listening practice. More to see how many words I can pull out of weird ways and rhythms over time. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, music is like, it's fun, but not the most productive thing you could do necessarily for kind of similar reasons. Because, you know, I mean, just think about what we do in English. Like, we mash grammar completely and it's all messed up and all this stuff is going on weird. And that's fine, but you just have to have in mind that this isn't the most natural way of speaking. This isn't how people would always put it in real life, or et cetera, et cetera. And I think as long as you have that in mind, then you can practice, or you can know, get exposure to that and enjoy it. I started community event earlier, then I got in a meeting, it didn't get back to it. Yeah. One day schedules will line up perfectly and then we won't have to run into meetings and whatnot. One day I'll actually join a proper community event. Yeah. Hey, whenever you can make it. When the stars align, I'm awake and feeling confident enough to try conversing in Japanese. The stars align. Honestly, though, like once the stars align, don't worry about how confident you are in your Japanese. Just come in and try. Embarrass yourself, even if you want to, or if you don't want to. Because I've found, though it's not the most fun learning experience, embarrassing myself in Japanese, it does make me learn really well. I always remember this X thing And then I have a fun story to tell like later too. But the other thing is though, like we're an environment full of learners. You know, we are not, or we definitely encourage mistakes, and we use mistakes as a point of further learning. Well, we don't, you know what I mean. Encourage mistakes. Like, hey, mess up your Japanese intentionally. But like, if there's a mistake in there, well, that's only natural. You know, there's mistakes in my Japanese all the time. Who cares? Yeah. There's like, because I feel like we have a very positive learning environment, and I think that's really important. So even if your Japanese isn't like, even if you're not super confident with it, it doesn't really matter, you know, because you come in and then you can learn a lot of stuff from like Chie, and I like to think that I'm helpful in teaching as well. I think Chie and I make a solid team because we fill the gaps in each other's knowledge and abilities to explain stuff. Everyone is basically a beginner. You aren't alone if you choose to join. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have a lot of beginners in there. LOL. Yeah. But yeah, it's very true. Like everyone's a beginner, basically. There's many of them. So like, that's fine. That's fine. And we're all at different levels of our ability, and like even intermediate students make mistakes, even advanced students make mistakes. I mean, just look at me. I make mistakes all the time in the community event, you know. Go check out the YouTube videos. We have those VODs up. We have the VOD up from yesterday. I make so many mistakes. Doesn't matter, because now I learned from those mistakes, right? And then we're in a good environment to make mistakes in and learn from. Like you make a mistake in real life, then sometimes it might be embarrassing, or you said something completely wrong, and then, or like completely different from what you meant to say. And then it's like, oh, there's a big misunderstanding now, and whoopsies, and this thing and that thing. Whereas if you make a mistake here, hey, here's how you correct it. Done. You know, maybe we'll all have a good laugh too, with you, not at you. You know, I laugh at my mistakes all the time. I think it's a healthy thing to do. Is this the kawaii you're talking about? I don't like it. Oh no, you don't like it? Yeah, this is. They made everyone more kawaii. So like, I'll pull up some characters. I'll go talk to some characters today. I wonder if there's anyone. Go back to my favorite trio. Okay. We'll go back to his favorite trio. I hope they're there. The most kawaii. I feel like they're more kirei. They're more elegant. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. Here. All right. Well, here's the duo today. I feel like she's kirei. I feel like she's also kirei. Oh, she talks so much. Stop it. We lost the other one though. But I think she's... Oh, this is her daughter, I think. Mari. Skipping all the great reading practice. Yeah, well, I was just trying to show. All right. Well, that one is like all segmented reading practice, so I try not to read theirs. But like this one, Kyo wa toshokan ga yasumi nano. So today's a break from the library's on break today. This is the other one that's normally over with the trio. This is the third in the trio. Ouchi ni kaittara nani o shiyou kashira. So what should I do when I get home? This kashira is kind of feminine. It's kind of like kana, except feminine. It's best. Oh my god. どうせパパは家にいても仕事だし、つまんないわ。つまんないわ。Sorry, messed with the intonation there. I said that in the male wa. But yeah, so even if I go home, Papa is doing work, so my husband's doing work. She says Papa because this is her daughter behind her. So that's just how they refer to her. Can I walk in their house? Ojamashimaasu. Hey, this is Papa, I guess. Bajiru. Ya, kenkou kai? Eh, この町引っ越してきたんだって? I was about to say, yeah, no. Oh, you moved here? Oh, okay, this is a, there's a lot of nature here on like the big city, so. 私これは失礼。私はバジルと言うんだ。I'm Bajiru. I researched the plants here. よろしく。Thought a second we were, no. This is a kid's game. Take a step back, sir. Well, this is a game that kids can play. I don't know. Kids game is a weird term if it's not obviously like meant for like learning for a 5-year-old. But yeah, this is a game appropriate for kids as well. This is a PG game. Oh, that was my notification. Sorry for everyone. What is this? Backup? I don't want to create a backup. Get out of here. Get out of here, Windows. No one wants your backup. Don't worry, all of our stuff's stored on the cloud. My computer's not going to crash and then we'll lose half of what Native Shark is or whatever. Kids games are a blurry line unless it's like less count. Yeah, honestly, if it's super obvious, like this is blue, then yeah, anyone can enjoy anything. Guy next to the cell box talking this game from Kawaii to Kawaii. I could tell who listened to the podcast. Anyone who hasn't listened to the podcast, I would love if you gave it a shot. And always let me know any feedback because I'm always looking to improve it. So it's called Laid Back Japanese. So if you look up Laid Back Japanese on any major audio platform, you will find it. Spotify, Apple, Podbean, Google, Amazon. Wait, was that discussed in the podcast? I haven't had a chance to listen yet. Yo! Yes, we discussed Kawaii and Kawaii. We discussed the differences. It's the fourth episode. So it's the most recent one out right now, essentially. Go listen to it. Oh my god, it's so much fun. Listen to the first 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta make the time for it. Yeah, it is. It's a commitment. It's like an hour long. Especially that one is like an hour long. But yeah, we do discuss Kawaii things and Kawaii things. Because a lot of the times those pronunciations get mixed up in our learner brains. Even when we know when we know what we want to say. But sometimes we'll just say, we'll take a break from Trash Taste podcast. What do you mean take a break from it? Are you behind? You don't watch everything literally the day it comes out like I do? Oh my god. I love Trash Taste podcast so much. I've been subbed to them on Patreon basically since, well, okay, I've been tried to have subbed since the beginning, but there was payment mess up. So like the first couple of months I didn't actually have sub. But you can see me on there in the credits and the Patreon credits as Moku and Wolf. So my content creator handle. I'm 5 episodes behind on the Drift guest episode. Oh, okay. Nah, I watch that stuff the day it comes out. If not, it's the day after. It's a good podcast. It's a very good podcast. They have a good vibe going on. Those are my favorite podcasts to listen to too. Oh dang, you're going for the high Patreon sub if you're in the, yeah, it's $15 a month I think. But I love the podcast so much that I'd happily pay that a month. Like it's some of my favorite content on the internet right now. That's like constantly coming out, you know? That's high praise. Yeah, it is high praise. It really is. It's so, yeah, it's a very good, it's a very good podcast. If you're an anime nerd like me, and all of your anime nerd friends are always asleep because they live on the East Coast and you live in Japan now, you don't have an outlet to just nerd about anime with, or just nerd about Japan life with because you haven't made many foreigner friends here yet except the people who you have an office with, then it's really nice for that. I do have an outlet. I don't have, it's called anime manga. All right. Listen, I can't get too crazy in there. Like, I don't want to nerd so hard that, like, I don't know. Honestly, I'll probably be nerding out on my personal streams a lot more. And, like, probably making, like, yeah, I got to keep it professional in the work Discord. Yeah, there is a certain level of, like, need to be professional, so I'm not gonna just talk about waifus all day or whatever, you know? Like, I need to not push away people who aren't into anime and manga super much, you know? That's definitely important. You can nerd on Twitter, that's what I do. I kind of thought about it, but also like, all right, so what my nerding on Twitter is just like, my entire Twitter is basically just fan artists. And I just like what they have. But if it's a dedicated channel, would it be pushing anyone away? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. I might go nerd in there a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, I definitely go and nerd in there because, like, you see me. Yo, those new ReZero episodes, though. Like, come on. They're insane. I love them. So I definitely go and nerd in there. But, like, so my true reaction to those ReZero episodes is I go into a Discord and I'm typing in all caps, like, oh my god, all caps all the time, right? I don't want to do that in the NS Discord. You know, like, I'm basically screaming as I type. Oh, 鍵がかかってる。あー、火曜日なんだもんね。いや、忘れちゃった。It's closed on Tuesdays. Whoops. I still need to catch up to season 3. Yo, you got to. See, ReZero's hype and airing at the same time as Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff airing right now, isn't there? I haven't actually watched Jujutsu Kaisen, but I have been keeping up with Attack on Titan. I haven't seen the one that came out, like, yesterday, I think. But I'm so excited for it. I'm actually going to watch it when I get home. I don't know if you saw if you saw my reaction to the Monster Hunter Direct. I went ballistic. I haven't yet. Was that really recent? I haven't been on Twitter like a little bit. It's like a day or something. Yesterday's episode was hype, I imagine. Oh, it's got to be so good. With the setup from the previous episode, I can't imagine yesterday's episode being anything except spectacular. But yeah, Taka, I love your going ballistic on Twitter. There was that one thing that you said where it was like how to make an entire community mad. How to make an entire community mad, and you were like, Martha's low tier. That was gold right there. I've kept getting recommended your Twitter since I added Caleb. Taka, time to go follow. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Twitter's cool. Twitter's cool. I'm very specific in my curation of Twitter because I know Twitter can be a bit of a yikes place sometimes with like people having negative opinions or whatever or being toxic. But I think if you're careful with who you follow, it's a fine place. I enjoy Twitter. It's kind of replaced Reddit for me, to be honest. Hai nemasu. A lot of my Japanese mutuals are on private, so most of the time you can't see conversation with Japanese people on there. Yeah. You still get in a lot of good conversations, though. I see him when I do see him. I'm the exact opposite. Reddit's replaced Twitter for me more so. Oh, yeah. I still go on Reddit. It's just not as often. I mean, I've had my Reddit account for like 8-9 years at this point, so it's I'm just so used to it. Twitter's kind of new to me. Like, I haven't had Twitter for very long. And I haven't had Twitter for very long, and then I haven't been using it for very long because I made the Twitter and then never really used it. So like I'm only like 2 months into actually using Twitter at any often rate that's like somewhat often. Well, for reading, my Twitter is for my stream of consciousness. Yeah. My Twitter is just basically all fan art for anime. So whenever I just want to see fan art, I'll just go on Twitter. And then like sometimes I'll see what people are up to, and that's cool too. But it's just mostly just scrolling for art. The best kind of Twitter. Yeah, honestly, that's how I like it. I don't want to see all these political arguments or stuff like that. I just want to see some cool artists do cool things. And it's nice because like I'm like writing down like the art styles that I would like to eventually learn. And I feel like I can find them more often. Like I find more varied stuff on Twitter than I do on Reddit. And like the artists themselves are all on Twitter, right? Like especially the Japanese ones. Like Reddit, all the art gets reposted. And it's like, okay, well, where's this artist from? Now I got to go find the source. Oh, it's Twitter. Why am I just not directly on Twitter? So that's where I'm doing now is I'm just following people on Twitter. And the actual artists. And then if I wanted to like compliment them, I can. And then like I can always see their comments about their art. And I just enjoy it more. And yeah, Twitter in general, like it's more Japanese content that I can find. Like I don't know any artists who post on Reddit. Yeah, no one does that. It's all like people screenshot and then yeah. Irashaimase, welcome. Hey, this is our first heart event. Hajimete miru okyaku-san ne. Komachi. Karen, are you new to here? No. 牧場は新しい人が来るって聞いたけど、あなただったのね。Oh, so I heard there was someone new, so that's you. Okay, yoroshiku. I'm Karen. Karen. Those are colored skulls. Oh my god, I see it. I see what you mean. Oh, that's supposed to be tane. Those are supposed to be seed bags, but oh god. Omeate mono wa. Alright, so is there anything that you need? I can help you find it. And then, since you're new here, I'm sure you might be lost on what to do, so there's a lot of stuff going on, you know. You need seeds, you need things to you see it now, yeah. You know, tools, you need stuff to help grow your animals. Seems like you would need a lot. I say I think she'll like that response. Yeah, okay, yeah, she'll give me seeds then. Can we give him a bag of seeds? Yes, thank you. Wait, for free? Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, so when people are in trouble, we have to help each other. You're a man as well, so give him a bag of seeds or two. Alright. Alright, fine. Thank you, Dad. That's the husband I chose. I'm in love with you all again. Yosei omaitachi. Tereru daro. Quit it, you two. It's embarrassing. That's funny. Alright, service dakara kini shinaide ne. Alright, here you go. It's on us, so don't worry about it. Service, it's on us. Uchizakaya. Alright, so they're like a various good shop. Thank you, Machi, thank you. Yeah, I feel like Reddit is better for finding new stuff related to things I'm into, and then Twitter is for people getting more people I've discovered through Reddit. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the general feel I have of it too. Yeah. I think both are nice because like for their own various reasons. But like I try not to get caught in either of them because you can scroll endlessly, especially if you get like Reddit Enhancement Suite, that add-on. It's it gets pretty crazy. How much you can just get lost scrolling. Like I've burned so many hours on Reddit. I've actually had days where like okay, today I will not touch Reddit at all. Today is a no Reddit day. I feel like endless scroll apps, while they're really nice, they're just so dangerous for your time. You know, how much Japanese could you learn instead of endless scrolling? How much better at art could you be? How much better at music could you be if you weren't endless scrolling right now? That's what like gets me off of those apps. It's like, okay, time to stop. I'm going to go play Japanese, or I'm going to go play Japanese and study games. Yeah. I'm going to go learn Japanese, play video games in Japanese. I'm going to go get better at Japanese. I'm going to go stream. I'm going to go draw a piece of art. I'm going to go try to practice a sketch. Oh, TikTok. Yeah. TikTok. Jacob and Caleb both got into TikTok recently. And I'm on the verge and it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. I used to do that, but I scroll on Twitter now. Oh. Yeah, I scroll on Twitter now. Okay. Yeah, it's there's nothing inherently wrong with it, because if you enjoy it and you need some free time and some downtime for your brain, then that's what your brain needs, then you're chilling. But I also think we should be careful about how much you do it. Easier said than done, but I think having an awareness is the first step. Like, if you want to be really productive and whatnot, cutting down on social media is a really easy way to do it. I've sold my seat to D&D talk and anime talk. Oh, is there a D&D? Oh, of course. I mean, I guess of course there is, right? Oh no, I'm scared. I can't. I've been having so much fun playing D&D with my friends. Like Caleb and Chia I play with, and then some other friends. It's so nice. It's so nice. We're playing more this weekend, actually. I should be streaming it myself too, but we do post that your D&D group is really good. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we're only on the second session, so we're still figuring some things out, but I think the second session was a lot better than the first session. I thoroughly enjoyed the first session, but there was a lot of like figuring out what the heck is going on, you know? Especially for me because I'm new to D&D. But I really enjoy, like, it's just like suddenly I'm in another world, you know? Like Trevor's storytelling, our dungeon master's storytelling is just so good. And then everyone's in character and really just into it. And like you can see all these story threads that are like, ooh, we're going to find this stuff out eventually. And yeah, it's just really cool. It's just really cool. It's really exciting to see new people get into D&D. Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Like I used to do a minor, like not much at all, like role playing in WoW. And like it scratches that itch, but so much better. It's so much better, you know? Okay. It's 9 o'clock, so I'm sorry to cut this conversation off. We can definitely talk about it more when it comes up next time in stream. But yeah, it is 9, so it is time for me to end stream for today. I appreciate everyone stopping in. Hopefully we enjoyed taking a look at Friends of Middletown. I think it actually might be a really good game for kind of the beginner level just because of the hiragana. And then sometimes there's no hiragana, and then it gives you a little bit of a challenge, you know, and it's a nice challenge. And when in doubt, you can always take screenshots and look at it later. It's not a big deal. But yeah, thank you everyone for stopping in. I appreciate it as always. I shall see you all on Friday, 6 a.m. JST. So that's when the next stream will be. So it'll be probably like Thursday-ish, Thursday around this time, 3 hours ago is when the stream will start. And then we have the Native Shark podcast tomorrow at around probably 8 a.m. JST. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate everyone stopping in, the chats, the everythings. And I shall see you all later. お疲れ様です。バイバイ。じゃあまたね。